The Michigan High School Football Coaches Association East vs. West Football All-Star Game, presented by Jersey Mike's, a sub above. Also brought to you by the Michigan High School Football Coaches Association. Check out the 2023 Hall of Fame class at MHSFCA.com. Athletico Physical Therapy, better for everybody. Hungry Howie's Pizza, celebrating 50 years of flavor. The United Dairy Industry of Michigan, chocolate milk is nature's sports drink. Leo's Coney Island, providing quality food and service since 1972. Zott Carts now has golf carts, ATVs, trailers, and sheds. Serving Southeast Michigan, Dan Hall's Pinckney, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. And welcome to Lawrence Tech University. That is the site of our big game here today. It is, simply put, a celebration of the great product that is high school football here in the great state of Michigan. So glad you could join us. Along with my broadcast partner, Brady Beaton, I'm Sean Belegian. And Brady, you and I were just talking off the air. We're going to share our insiders conversation with you all to start here today. It is amazing how big high school football has become in this state. And in various parts of the state, I think up north and the west side, it's always been like that. But this has really become a monster. And I'll tell you what, a testament to that is the incredible talent we're going to see on the field today.
Well, I think it comes back to the idea that if you tell people it's a big deal, if you promote what we have in the state of Michigan and some of the talent you'll see today, people will take notice and they'll realize we got some pretty darn good ball players. Most everyone out here is going to continue their football career at the collegiate level, and for good reason. There's going to be a lot of talent littered all over the Lawrence Tech field today.
Yeah, chances are you've heard some of these names, perhaps all of these names, and I think that, again, is a testament to where this product has headed. Listen, this is fun today. You're going to see a lot of football out there, no doubt about it, but it's not a traditional game. You're going to see talent on display, the kind of talent, Brady, that has led so many of these student athletes on in their football careers.
Well, not just their individual success, but you look up and down the notes of all these kids, and a lot of it's, hey, state champion, or they won their conference, all these team success, and they were the leaders of those teams. And you're right, Sean, this is a celebration for them, the culmination of a great 4 years spent in high school.
Hey, where else would you rather be on a Saturday afternoon than with us here on the State Champs Network? I can't forget about the third member of our broadcast team. We will be checking in with her very shortly. Elizabeth Kuhn does a great job for State Champs. She'll be down on the sideline, kind of giving us the stories behind some of the things going on downstairs. But, Brady, I am fired up for this. Listen, we've had a lot of rain in the Detroit area in the last 24 hours. We think it's going to stay away for a little while. But certainly one thing that we're going to have to think about here today, most importantly for the guys down on the field, but, Brady, for even guys like us, we're going to have to hydrate.
Oh, it is hot. It is humid. You can feel the stickiness in the air. So you're going to see a lot of substitutions, get a lot of guys in the game. Obviously, the All-Star game, you're going to get as many people in as you can and just see that wealth of talent we're going to have here today.
You know, it's interesting for people out there that aren't aware, my broadcast partner, my friend Brady Beaton, you had an illustrious career at Marysville. You were able to go on and have a lot of success at Wayne State. What is this like for a young student athlete to have an opportunity like this? Because make no mistake about it, the last thing anybody wants to see is some kind of injury. As we take a look at Brady Beaton's pick six there against Davenport. Who can forget that? I certainly can't. But, Brady, the last thing anybody wants to see is an injury today. But who's kidding who? This is a great experience for these guys. And, you know, their last high school hurrah, if you will.
Well, and that's exactly where I was going to go with it. Is this is the last time you get to wear those colors, where you grow up, your hometown, that special community, that event you have. So it's the last time you get to don the colors of your alma mater before you go on to the bigger and better things in college and your next chapter. You get an opportunity to write that final line in this part of your life's book.
Yeah, we're about 10 minutes away from kickoff right now. You see the captains at the center of the field for a coin toss, and they are going to do everything right here. Great crowd, and one of the things that always excites me, the man, the myth, the legend, Lauren Plant was with us up here tonight. And you know what? Lauren and I were chatting as you're walking in, okay? The smiles on everybody's face. You know, you've got parents here, you have loved ones here, you have significant others here. This is just a fun event here on the campus of Lawrence Tech.
Well, the families get to see the fruits of all these kids' labor, because this is the culmination of, hey, those days on days like today, if you're a sophomore right now in the summer, you're running on these days for what? To get to a point like this. So it's nice to see someone that you've watched grow up finally reach their dreams, hit their goals, and get recognized for it here today in the East-West All-Star Game.
Well, and that's the beautiful thing about it. That's why we're here. I've been fortunate enough to do a few of these, and they've been at different spots over the years, Brady. They've been at Grand Valley. They've been at Saginaw Valley. They've been down at Wayne State. I can't think of a better place here. A beautiful facility here at Lawrence Tech. Folks, if you haven't been here yet, this is a fantastic location. Brady, it's interesting because it has, you know, that nice city mix, that urban mix. As we look straight out from our broadcast vantage point, you see the freeway.
Right.
And then there's some woods at the north end zone. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Well, it's time for a timeout, but when we come back, we are going to have action for you here. It's the East-West All-Star Game. So glad you could join us along with Elizabeth Kuhn and Brady Beaton. My name is Sean Belegian here on the State Champs Network. Fantastic rendition of our national anthem. Best way to get things started. Of course, Brady Beaton, we are just a few minutes away from kickoff, looking to check in with the third member of our broadcast crew. As I mentioned, Elizabeth Kuhn has done a fantastic job for everybody here at State Champs the last couple of years, and I believe in just a moment she's going to have a conversation down on the field with us. But in the meantime, Brady, I want to get back to this facility, because you're a guy that grew up not only playing football, but now you've been broadcasting football for many, many years. What a great facility we have here. Before we do that, why don't we throw it down to the third member of our crew?
Larry Anderson, Cam Gardner, Jason Green, Mark Stroya.
Hey guys, I'm Elizabeth Kuhn here with the head coach of the East team, Brian Barnes. The day is finally here. What was the energy like going out onto the field?
Pretty awesome. Our guys have been ready to go for a few days, actually. We probably could have kicked off the other night, to be honest with you. We're ready to go.
Yeah, and you guys have been having fun the past couple of days. Time to get to business today. What's the game plan going into this one?
You know what? We're just going to get after it and take it a play at a time and play real hard and see what happens at the end.
Yeah, and East took home the win last year. I know we talked about it a couple of times, but, you know, do you think that you got a shot of doing it again this year?
We're ready to go. We like our chances.
Yeah, all right. Well, good luck, Coach. Thanks. Back to you guys.
Great stuff, Elizabeth. Appreciate it. And that is a quality individual as well. Coach Barnes, good guy. Brady, bringing back some memories for you? It's not that long ago your playing career.
It's longer ago than I want to admit. But, no, we were talking about this facility before we got here, and this is one that has grown very rapidly. It's a fairly young program in the grand scheme of things, and to see how it's grown over the past decade or so is quite incredible.
And we are underway. There's your kickoff, going to go straight out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Want to remind you, Jersey Mike's is the proud presenting sponsor of the Michigan East-West Football All-Star Game. If you've got what it takes to be part of a great team, go to jerseymikes.com/careers to apply. And I can't thank Jersey Mike's enough for supplying us that pregame meal.
Anytime you feed us, that makes us a happy camper.
And those are delicious, delicious subs. Make no mistake about that. Bringing the ball out, of course, to the 35-yard line. Brady, this is such a unique thing. You see the coaches out on the field. Again, they're going to have some fun today. They're going to try to spotlight some of that athleticism, so to speak. But this is a situation, Brady, where nobody, and I mean nobody, wants to see anybody get hurt. This is all about saying, guys, have one last great high school memory, and let's make it fun.
Absolutely. Probably closer to more of a spring game if you watch any of those than anything else, but a great showcase for these young men.
Under center now, shotgun formation, man in motion. They're going to hand it on the jet. Little space outside to the 35. Make a cut at the 38-yard line, driven out of bounds after a gain of about 5 yards.
Clayton Hill with the carry.
Clayton Hill there with the carry. As you take a look at our starting lineup here,
And Michael Bailey.
you know, it's really interesting when you take a look, and Brady, as the game develops, we're going to try to get more in depth with some of these individual players and where they're going to go. Going to keep it on the ground, try the middle, a little space up there. Space closes up quickly, up to about the 44-yard line, setting up what should be a 3rd and short situation.
And it's an interesting dynamic. You know, you don't know a lot of these guys. You're trying to build chemistry on the fly. You see some of our standouts. Mac Vanderhout right there. Davenport commit out of Rockford.
How about Tim Kloska, who just carried the ball, an Army commit, huh?
Right? That's you're excelling at more than just football if you're going to Army.
Absolutely. Shotgun formation, man in motion from the left to the right, keeper all the way, 1st down and more, out past the 45 before he's driven back at the 48-yard line. Yeah, Vanderhout going to Davenport, so you and I will get a chance to see him perhaps in the next few years. Davenport coming off a fantastic season in the GLIAC. Give them full marks for putting together the fantastic season they did, Brady.
Absolutely. We talked about how Lawrence Tech in this facility is rather young. Davenport about the same age, and coming off a playoff appearance, that's something to build on. That gets a lot of these young men's attention.
Vandenhout sends a man in motion again, fumbles a snap, but falls on it right away back at the 42-yard line. Picking up the flag. That's just where the spot of the foul was. Officials were sure to wave that off. Take a look at those starters there. Chuck Davidic, by the way, from
Livonia.
You got it. Livonia Stevenson. Come on, I'm always going to get some Livonia mentions in there, especially when they went to my alma mater, Livonia
Sean
Stevenson.
Is unabashedly biased towards anyone Livonia. If you've met Sean for any period of time, you will know that.
Vandenhout rolling right, looking right. He's going to tuck it up and run. Nice cut at the 45. Gets up to about the original line of scrimmage. We'll give him a +1, setting up a 3rd and long situation. Brady, what are you seeing out there? Because, again, hey, listen, football isn't a game that you can half it. Make no mistake about it. These guys are putting in the effort out there. But at the same time, you aren't seeing guys go 110%
Right.
either. Nobody wants to see anybody get hurt.
No, you're going to see very simple concepts out there. You don't have a month long of training camp to get everyone ready. So you're going to see some simple things, and you don't need to try to fight for those extra 5 yards or get that big blow-up hit.
Trip receivers near side. Under pressure now. Flushed all the way back to the 30. Rolling out, looking, firing, completes it. First down, far side of the field. Talk about keeping a play alive. Eli Vanderveen came back, I believe. Vanderveen from Hudsonville comes back and helps his quarterback out for a first down.
Yeah, and that was a nice job rolling back. He went about, 10 yards back before he moved forward, and eventually Vanderhoop finds the player down the sideline. That's an excellent play of just being able to improvise, and those are things that are hard to teach.
Vanderveen is going to be taking his talents to Hope College. 8:40 to go here in this first quarter. No score, but the West driving with a first down at the East 38-yard line. Vanderhout surveys his situation. He's got two receivers split far side, sends one in motion on the far side. Movement up front. West clapping. Claim it's on the East. We'll wait for the officials to talk about that, but it certainly looks like preliminary decision is on the East. So we'll move them up 5 yards. Offside indeed. Looking for those water jugs down there. Boy, they got those Gatorade water jugs on full display on a day like today. Brady, it's not so much that it's a hot temperature, but it's very humid out here.
Yes, it is going to be hard to catch your breath. The hair is very heavy right now.
Vanderhoot shotgun situation as he's been all game. Two receivers far side, two near side. He's got a running back on his left hip. Sends a man in motion again. Keeper, he's got a little space out there. Good pursuit by the defense, and they're going to drive him out of bounds after a gain of maybe one, Brady.
Did a really nice job forcing him to keep working towards the sideline. Shea Ruddy was in it, the Whiteford product. Coming up, just making sure, hey, you can run or horizontal all he wants. Never let him cut up vertically. Hold him to a minimal gain.
So we'll take a look now at it. Second, we'll call it 4.5 to be official. How's that?
Close enough.
Two receivers far side, two near side. Running back on his left hip. Claps his hands, waits for the snap. Back to pass, four-man rush. Pressure comes, looks over the middle. Great catch. Extending the arms out and coming up with that catch is Braden Hill, the young man from Charlotte, who will be taking his talents up 75 to Saginaw Valley State.
And give a little bit of credit to the defense. Desmond Merriweather, the Roseville product, getting in the face of the quarterback was just a half step too late.
Quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Try the end around. Breaks out of one tackle in the backfield. Boy, talk about making a little something out of nothing. That play looked blown up for a loss or two or three. He didn't give up on the play. Ends up picking up a yard.
And those are the little plays that throughout the course of a game don't look like much on the box score. But if you turn a loss of 2 or 3 into a gain of 1, that's a fairly big swing. 2nd and 9, very workable. 2nd and 13, you're asking for a fairly big play.
And you big defensive linemen get really angry at yourselves when you don't make those tackles.
Oh,
in the
yeah.
backfield.
Those are ones that when you watch film after, you're not happy about.
Vanderhout shotgun formation, claps his hands, going to keep it on the ground. No, keeper. Nice play fake, takes a big hit at the 20, knocked backwards at about the 21. Big tackle there by Martez Langford, the young man from Novi.
Did a nice job one-on-one tackling. He faked me out in the booth, did not fake out Langford, and again, nice one-on-one tackle in open space.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one. I thought he handed that.
Oh, I was watching the running back up the middle the whole time.
6:15 remaining in this first quarter. No score yet, but the West threatening here in the East-West All-Star game. Clapping his hands together, going to keep it on the ground. Try the middle. He's hit in the backfield, keeps the legs churning, driving up to about the 17-yard line, but it's going to be decision time, as this is going to be fourth and a couple.
You go for it. It's the All-Star game.
Sure, absolutely.
No one came here to watch field goals.
Certainly doesn't look like they're bringing the special teams unit out there.
You got the best of the West out there. You're trusting yourself to get 4 yards.
Well, when you got a quarterback the caliber of Mac Vandenhout, a guy that can hurt you with his feet and his arm, it helps. Trips near side, one far side. Mac overlooks the defense, claps his hands. He's rolling left. He's looking left. He throws, completes it. First down inside the 10-yard line, driven out of bounds at the 6-yard line. Guess who? Braden Hill, the wide receiver from Charlotte, another big reception.
That's a tough throw. He put it in a small window. It was pretty good coverage from the east side defense, but perfect offense beats perfect defense. But I like the play design. Roll him out, give him a chance to use his legs if he wants.
First and goal, they're going to mark the ball at the 7-yard line. Clock running. Inside, 5 minutes to go in quarter number 1.
How about this drive? It's been
a little bit of everything.
Yeah, and it's been efficient.
Mac looking over that defense again. 2 receivers near side, 2 far side. Going to keep it on the ground. Hit in the backfield, breaks out of one tackle, breaks out of another tackle, drives his way down to about the 2-yard line. Boy, you got to like the way that Tim Kloska runs, the running back from Grand Rapids West Catholic. Again, he's heading to Army. That kid doesn't give up on a play.
No, Kloska kept his legs moving. Like you said, the defender dropped his head, kept the feet moving, and what should have been a gain of about 1, now they're about a step or 2 from the end zone.
Second and goal from the 2-yard line. Looking over to that far side of the field. We'll get to these coaches in just a second. Claps his hands, keeps it on the ground. Kloska up the middle, touchdown. Touchdown, the West gets on board first. And Brady, as you mentioned, a very impressive drive.
That was just methodical. There weren't any very big plays. You had the one long pass on the scramble, but besides that, it was a little bit at a time. Chunk, 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 chunk. And then you see this touchdown. Again, just the will, not giving up. There's a lot of bodies in there. You're not going to arm tackle Kloska.
Point after attempt, Carson Beekman, another Grand Rapids West Catholic product. By the way, D6 champions, I might add. He is heading north to Northwood. He's going to be a Timberwolf. Snap down, kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 3:57 to go here in this first quarter, an impressive 65-yard drive, Brady, by this West squad has put them up 7-0.
And I know usually you like the drives that kill 8 minutes of time, but hey, I want to see this talent be showcased. That was a lot of time for the West. The East, those offensive guys have to be chomping at the bit, ready to get out there.
What if the best way to treat your pain is to start with physical therapy? Well, the same athletico therapists who work with world-class athletes and professional dancers can transform your pain before it progresses to something worse. Schedule your free assessment at athletico.com. It all starts with Athletico. I can't say enough and thank enough our fine sponsors for making this happen. And it starts, of course, with the Michigan High School Football Coaches Association. And, of course, our friends who already fed us at Jersey Mike's.
Yes, absolutely.
Boy, how can you deny a Jersey Mike's sub, right?
Right? And we had options, too. It wasn't one of those just thrown together party platters. There were some pretty good options in there.
Well, let's see what the East has to offer now. The West had an impressive 65-yard drive to get on the board first with 3:57 to go here in this first quarter. Let's see what the East can do, Brady. There's a lot of pride. Make no mistake about it. You know that, the East-West thing, right? There's a lot of pride.
There's definitely a little bit of a rivalry between the East and West.
Kick taken at the 5-yard line, near sideline, makes a cut at the 15. Oh, nice play there by Alex Lee, the linebacker from Spring Lake, because there was a lot of space opening up, Brady. And Alex Lee made a great tackle back there. All right, good stuff there. Adam Kidder, of course, heading out there, young man from Bishop Foley. Going to be heading to Milford Academy. Your quarterback this afternoon, Dominic Pacey from Farmington. He's going to be heading down to Ohio to Ashland. Beautiful facility down there. Empty backfield, swings it out. Catch made at the 11, makes one man miss, makes another man miss, finally gain tackled out past the 20-yard line, up to the 22-yard line.
And Sean, you know this. Ashland, they like their Ohio boys. So if someone like Dom Pessy is getting the call to go down there, if they're taking someone from Michigan, they have to think very highly of him. And you see with some of these highlights exactly the kind of throws he can make. Because, Sean, when you would do their games, you know that roster was a lot of Ohio on it.
Handoff up the middle. Nice spin move right at that first down marker and up to the 29-yard line. Good run there by Cordell Mabins, a young man from Livonia Franklin.
It's always the answer. It's always Livonia.
Take a look at those starters. Nice graphics. Boy, our crew doesn't waste any time. Coming near side, making a cut at the 25 past the 30. Nice run out past the 35, all the way up on the keeper to the 37-yard line.
Kluwer did a nice job being patient, staying at full speed, but had good vision on that play. Make a little something out of nothing on that.
So 8-yard gain to start things off. McClure from Detroit Edison going to keep the ball. Knee went down, and he is marked down. Let's throw it down to the third member of our crew, Liz Kuhn. Liz?
All right, guys, we're here now with Tim Kloska from the West Side. You just scored the first point of the All-Star game. How are you feeling right now?
Pretty good. It was a good drive. We kept it going on third downs, and we kept getting first down, so it was a good drive. Took some time off the clock, so.
Yeah, and I know you guys have just started working together, but obviously things are clicking. You know, how has it been with this group of guys?
It's really good. They're a great group of guys. Got to know them pretty well over the past 2 days, so it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and where are you headed next year? What are your plans?
I'm going to Army West Point to play football, and I'm studying kinesiology.
Awesome. Well, good luck and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Liz. Great coverage downfield. Give Alex Lee all the credit in the world for sticking with the intended receiver right up the middle, because it looked for a second on that route, Brady, like there was some space out there for Carson Schrader, who, by the way, hockey fans might know, pretty darn good hockey player as well.
I know you know him from that as well. But usually you see the wide receivers separate. It was the difference. The DB closed that gap very quickly.
Well, it's funny you say that. I had a chance to talk to Kurt Kavisto today, and he said, you know, having that kid join the Bulldog hockey team after breaking his leg, what he brought to that team was immeasurable. And anybody that watched Brighton hockey would know that. Punt, angling for the near side of the field, hits at the 30 and out of bounds at about the 28-yard line. Hey, the Michigan High School Football Coaches Association supports all of the high school football coaches throughout the great state of Michigan. Check out the 2023 Coaches Hall of Fame class at MHSFCA.com. That's MHSFCA.com. So the West takes over again. Boy, impressive on both sides of the ball, Brady.
Yes, they are indeed. Now, Sean, I do need you to make me a promise, okay?
Okay.
So we have some of these young men. They'll be playing D1 football. You can't be biased with your Heisman vote if they have immense success at the next level. You have to be right down the middle.
All right.
Can't be biased.
I'll do
Heisman
that.
voter Sean believes.
I have been accused of that more times than you could shake a stick at. Like, all jokes aside, I take it very seriously, right?
It's a pretty good honor. It's a pretty cool honor.
Well, thank you. And I've had a lot of people in the past say, I think people know where my allegiances lie. You know, are you going to vote for this guy? Or are you going to vote against that guy? Honest to goodness, you can't think that way. You have to think by the merit of what transpires down on the field. Mac Vandenhout, again, from Rockford. He's going to be heading to Davenport, not too far from Rockford. Back to pass on this first down. Looking downfield. He's got a man out there just out of the reach of the outstretched arms, but we've got some laundry sitting back at about the 22. What'd you see, Brady?
Yeah, that pocket was collapsing pretty quickly, and as the official indicating, will be a holding call. That was a hold to save yourself. There, keep your quarterback upright.
Let me tell you something. Mac showed his arm strength there.
Yeah.
My man can ball.
I mean, he threw it from about his own 25, landed at the other 30, about 45 yards in the air. And it didn't look like he exerted too much. He didn't have to try too hard for that one. It was just a little flick of the wrist down the field.
Maybe that helps explain why Coach McEwen and his staff said, yeah, we'd love this guy to be a Panther at Davenport.
Yeah, right.
So we'll move him back. 1st and 15 now from the 25-yard line. Clock stopping for the moment here in this first quarter. Trip receivers far side, one near side. Mack rolls right, looks right, throws right. He's got a man out there again. Vanderveen complete into East territory and finally brought down at the 39-yard line. Brady, you can't put a price tag on a quarterback that can keep things alive with his feet.
No, and that was some broken coverage, a little bit of miscommunication. You can tell, obviously, All-Star game, they haven't been working together too long. They took advantage of it, and Vanderveen got back, and you saw him as soon as he realized he was behind the defense. His arm was waving, calling for that ball.
So a big completion down to the East 35-yard line. The Weston business already up 7-0. They threaten here again. Now he steps out of the pocket, looks to the west sideline. Tim Parker, the head coach from Oak Ridge. Trip receivers near side, going to keep it on the ground. Try the right side of the line, nothing doing there. Not a lot of space out there for Demir Farnham, young man from Muskegon, Mona Shores, who, Brady, we better get used to him. You know where he's heading?
He headed down to Midtown.
Get your W's up. Heading to Wayne State.
There's a few future Warriors in this, and yeah, we'll be a bit biased for our Wayne State future Warriors and new coach Tyrone Wheatley.
Yeah, really looking forward to see what Coach Wheatley can do at Wayne State. Man in motion, far side to near side. Keeper all the way. Mack takes a hit, kind of rolls off that hit, takes it up to the 30-yard line. Boy, you got to like a quarterback like Mack who takes that hit and just kind of rolls off that hit, Brady.
Because that was a big hit. Michael Bailey, and the way he filled that gap, didn't it just look like the way a Michigan Tech linebacker fills a gap? Just a big, bulky linebacker stepping up in the hole.
Seen that a few times, and that is the end of the first quarter. Your score after the first quarter of play, the West up 7-0. So glad you could join us here on the State Champs Network.
At Jersey Mike's, they freshly slice your sub right in front of you, which takes some training. Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Physical therapy is usually the thing you're told to do after medication, x-rays, or even surgery. But what if the best way to fix your aches and pains is to start where you normally finish? At Athletico, our therapists, the same ones who work with world-class athletes and professional dancers, can transform your pain before it progresses to something worse. Because the sooner you start with physical therapy, the sooner you can start changing everything. And it all starts here with no prescription needed at Athletico. Schedule your free assessment today.
What does 50 years of flavor mean? It means 50 years of movie nights, 50 years of ball games, 50 years of parties. For 50 years, you've made our fresh dough, real mozzarella, and famous flavor crust part of your family. And we want to thank you from the bottom of our flavored crust with the new 73 Classic. Now for a limited time, get a large pizza with 73 slices of our Classic Cups pepperoni for just $9.99. Carry out only.
Hungry?
Howie's!
From our very first breath, curiosity is why we question everything through barrages of whys and how comes. It now needs the tools to will its vision into existence. Tools that will forever allow curiosity to obscure the line between technology and magic. Be curious. Make magic. Lawrence Technological University.
The Michigan High School Football Coaches Association East vs. West Football All-Star Game, presented by Jersey Mike's, a sub above. Nothing, but here are some highlights from the 2016 All-Star Game. It was at Saginaw Valley State University, in which the East won 20-14. Take a look at Corey Parker raising that trophy. Of course, he was at River Rouge for nearly a decade, and he is now in his second season as the defensive backs coach at the University of Toledo. And I love the Glass Bowl. I was fortunate enough to be involved in their broadcast for a few years down there. MAC football, quality football to be sure.
On Owen Yount, a future Rocket playing in this game, the wide receiver from Monroe.
Trying the ground again, a little space over the left side. Flag comes in late, as once again the ball carrier there was Demir Farnham, the young man from Muskegon Mona Shores, heading to Wayne State. Let's see what that flag's all about. Was that a hold, Brady? I didn't see the official call down there.
I'm guessing it was, because it happened right before the tackle started, and they're pointing in the direction of the offense. So it looks like it will, in fact, be either hold or block in the back.
Hey, Hungry Howie's is a great partner of the State Champs Network. Can't thank them enough. They help us out with Mr. Football and Anvil Awards. Congrats to everybody at Hungry Howie's on 50 years of the best flavored crust pizza. Order your pizza at hungryhowies.com today. And might I suggest, go with the 73 and Cajun crust. You'll thank me later. You will thank me later. I'm telling you.
You're partial to the Cajun crust, huh?
Back to pass on this. It's third down. Looking over the middle, wants it all. He's got Vanderveen out there, broken up at the last second. A fantastic defensive effort out there.
And that is Brendan Hazenleader. He was the Male Catholic League Athlete of the Year, and for good reason. Flying around defensively. I was lucky enough to cover him in all three sports he played. Football, made a run to the Final Four in basketball, and baseball won a Catholic League title. And you see right there, Siena Heights getting a steal with Hazenleader.
Great play out there by Hazenleader. And you can get stuck on sports too.
Yeah, that's where you heard his name a lot this past year. He has been sensational.
All right, so back deep. Young man from Bishop Foley. Fair catch is called for and made at the 10-yard line. So that is where this East offense will take over. 11:21 to go here. Still 7-0. An impressive 65-yard drive, Brady, to start this game out. Hey, Jersey Mike's is the proud presenting sponsor of the Michigan East vs. West Football All-Star Game. If you've got what it takes to be part of a great team, go to jerseymikes.com/careers to apply. So let's see what the East wants to do here, Brady, to start this second quarter. They trail 7-0, checking in. Mikhail McClure, quarterback from Detroit Edison, swings it out behind the intended receiver, and it falls incomplete. Carson Schrader, once again, the young man from Brighton, who was a pretty darn good hockey player as well, the intended receiver.
And McClure, the future Ferris State Bulldog. They've had some pretty good success, so if if Tony Anise and the Bulldogs are taking notice of you, you're doing something right.
Shout out to Coach Anise. Had a trip to the White House, for goodness sake. Here's Schrader trying to get something going. Can't get to the outside. Good pursuit there by a pack of West defenders, Brady.
Now the West is, well, it seems like they're, a little more cohesion early on. The East still trying to figure everything out. The West has been pretty solid here early.
Carrington Pryor, one of the defenders out there, stepped up from his DB position. Young man from Saginaw Heritage that will be a future Cardinal at Saginaw Valley State.
Staying close to home.
Absolutely. Big third down here. Airing it out near side of the field. A little miscommunication. Nearly a miraculous grab right in front of our broadcast vantage point. That was Deontay Pippin Jr., who stretched out the young man from West Bloomfield and nearly pulled it in. But you can see why this young man will be taking his talents to Grand Valley State.
The over-the-shoulder catch, and that ball had a lot of hang time on it. Did a good job positioning himself, giving himself a chance. Just that quarter of a step too slow.
All right, Townsend going to be standing at about his own 46-yard line. 10:33 to go here in this second quarter. Tyler Swick, young man from Grosse Ile, who will also be heading down to Midtown Detroit and be a future Warrior, stands on his own goal line. Low snap, but Swick gets it away. High punt. Taking him back to his own 44-yard line. Starts left, now coming right. He's got some space out there. Can he get the edge? He does. Nice cutback up the middle, well into East Territory. Hey, do you have a student athlete at home? Did you know that chocolate milk is known as nature's sports drink? With natural carbohydrates and protein to refuel and electrolytes to rehydrate, chocolate milk is the ideal post-workout beverage. Go to milkmeansmore.org for more info. Heck of a return there, Brady.
Yeah, and he did a nice job by being patient, kind of getting the defenders off balance, and ran a long way just to get about 15 yards. Felt like he ran about 60 all the way across, but did a good job getting your team in plus territory to start this drive.
Kane Mack going to check in at quarterback, a young man from Portage Northern. And oh, by the way, Brady, do you know where he's heading?
Where is he heading?
Midtown Detroit.
There's a lot of Warriors on this team on both sides.
Kane looking over to the far sideline, over at his coaching staff. Once again, Tim Parker, the head coach. He's going to stay shotgun formation. Starts with the man on his left hip, now to the right. Two receivers near side, two far side. Keeper all the way. Kane with some good vision. Saw there was nothing up the middle. Tried the left side of the line. Picked up a few yards. Setting up a 2nd and 7.
There you see the future Wayne State Warrior. 6'4", 215.
Yeah, right.
That jumps off the page. His ability to throw on the run, puts it on a dime. You can see why he had quite a few options at the next level. The speed, the ability to throw. And again, can't teach 6'4", 215.
No, you can't. Let's see what he has to offer here on this 2nd and 7 with the West up 7-0. Kane back to pass. Under pressure. Down he goes. Boy, that was just a bull rush in there by Chuck Davidek, the young man from Livonia Stevenson.
There's another one of your Livonias, and did a good job. Got there before the routes could develop. And, well, never really had a chance.
An old friend of mine, as we take a look at this highlight here. Look at Chuck getting in there, getting those arms up, wrapping up the quarterback. I give a shout out to an old friend of mine, the head coach at Livonia Stevenson, Coach Randy McAuliffe. Known the guy for, 35 years, I'd say, Brady.
It's a long time.
I'm old.
Longer than I've been alive.
Do you want to make an old joke? You
no,
can.
No, you set it up perfectly. You'd forget it in a few minutes anyway.
3rd and 15 now. Trips near side. Kane under pressure again. Evades the rush. Loads. Fires. to the end zone, overshoots everybody. Good coverage in the end zone anyway. But again, Kane Mack, what I take from that, Brady, his ability to keep the play alive, and boy, he's got an arm on him.
Yes, he does. And well, he faced a lot of pressure very quickly, just had to get that ball off. But yeah, that was about 50 yards in the air. And again, on the run, flick the wrist. You let him marinate for a little bit, get him ready. You can see how that guy's going. It could be a big-time GLIAC quarterback.
So a little field position game is clearly being won by the West. Matthew Danisic going to come on. Young man from Oak Ridge to punt this away. Angles it for the near sideline. Takes a bounce at the 20 and is going to go out of bounds at about the 19-yard line. Hey, did you know registration is now open for the 2023 fall semester classes at Lawrence Tech University? All you need to do is go to ltu.edu for more information. Lawrence Technology University. Be curious. Make magic. So here comes the East. Looking for something, Brady. They need some kind of offensive spark.
It has been a stagnant offense, but give some credit to this West defense. They've been flying around, haven't really allowed the East to get comfortable.
Mikhail McClure in, going to try the middle, a little space up there. Good hard run up the middle. That's Cordell Mabins, young man from Livonia Franklin, who's going to be heading to Saginaw Valley State. So we'll see him in the GLIAC. For people out there that aren't aware, not only did Brady play at Wayne State, but he's now part of the broadcast team at Wayne State with yours truly.
I get the honor to work with you most Saturdays in the fall.
McClure, keeper this time, lots of space, first down and more. East needed a spark, and McClure provides it over the right side all the way up to the 37-yard line. Looked like he got shot out of a cannon.
Yeah, and that's the biggest play of the game. Remember, the West scored their first drive. It was a bunch of 4- or 5-yard chunk plays with about a 15-yard play mixed in. East trying to hurry, catch the defense off balance.
Going to keep it on the ground, try the middle. Mabins with some good space up there, out past the 45 and up to about the 46-yard line. Boy, Livonia Franklin has turned into such a quality football program. They were for many years when I was growing up. They were kind of the measuring stick, Brady, out in Livonia, and they have really been a football factory the last few years. Mabins again, this time tries the left side. The West says enough of that. Got up to about the 47-yard line, setting up what should be a 3rd and 2.
Well, there's a lot of factories up and down this roster because, well, they're the ones that produce all this talent. I mean, you look and just the ones that jump off the page. You have the Chip Valleys on the east, the De La Salles, the Cass Techs, Hudson in D8 has been wonderful. And on the west side, Mona Shores, Hudsonville, some of the other big ones out there, West Catholic.
McClure on the keeper, first down and more, into East territory. Great spin move at the 42, out past the 40, and finally brought down at the 37-yard line. A little electricity when that guy gets into open field, Brady.
And that's why you have to stop him before he gets started, because once he gets into that open space, well, it's going to be tough to out-athlete him.
Quickly back to the line of scrimmage. You're going to keep it on the ground. Try the middle this time. Hit in the backfield, but keep those legs moving. Get up to about the 35-yard line. That's Carson Schrader. Plays like a hockey player, doesn't he, Brady?
Yes, he does. How about a little love to Gabriel Blanchard, the Freeland product. Held him up long enough to allow his back end of his defense to come up and finish the play.
Flag on the play. You could see there was a little miscommunication on the near side of the field. They sent a man out, and he quickly ran off, but that's going to cost him 5 yards, turning a 2nd and 8 into a 2nd and 13. Well, we've got some dark clouds moving past us, Brady, but it looks like the rain's going to stay away. I can tell you what, it brought up a nice cool breeze that we needed.
It has dropped about 10 degrees up here on the booth. I can't imagine how much warmer it's been on the turf.
McClure looking over that defense in the shotgun formation. This 2nd and 13. Going to keep the ball on the ground. Schrader hitting the backfield. Stays upright. Leans forward. Picks up maybe 2 yards there. Setting up a 3rd and long. Clock running. 5:50 to go here in this second quarter. West still on top, 7-0. In case you're just joining us, a touchdown on their first drive, culminating a 65-yard drive. McClure back to pass, wants it all, up top, far side of the field. Ball hung, batted away. Great defensive play out there on the far side of the field by Matthew Danisek, the defensive back from Oak Ridge.
You'll see the ball hangs up a bit, almost like a 500 ball back in the backyard. And, well, yeah, Danisek played it perfectly, just waited for it, didn't try to go through the body, knocked it away. Brings up the 4th and 11.
And Danicek just got that hand out there and batted it down. Look at the East going for it. I think they're going to call a timeout and talk about it, as a matter of fact. So the clock will stop. But I want to remind you, Dan Hall's Pinckney, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram has been the transportation for the football all-star players. These guys got it all. Listen, out in Pinckney, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Make sure you get your next vehicle at Pinckney, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep.net today. Isn't that great? Good stuff. Appreciate all the people that are helping us out here today. Hey, it's an all-star game. Why not go for it from the 39-yard line, huh?
Right. People came here to see some excitement.
Let's see what they decide to do here. I think it looks like they're going to take McClure out, and Dominic Pacey from Farmington's going to check back in, the Ashland commit. I miss making that trip, Brady. Always like to go down to Ashland, Ohio. Beautiful facility down there. Of course, they left the GLIAC, but I always like that trip down to Ashland.
You know they always had a certain brand of football player, too.
Absolutely. Empty backfield on this 4th and long. Pressure coming. Pacey scrambles, looks, throws, incomplete. Flag in the backfield. I have a feeling the West is going to be waving that off.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't know, maybe he got the hand up near the face mask, but the way everyone's going on the field, it will be holding.
I'm going to tell you what. Look at the mustache on that referee. That's epic.
That's
up there with yours.
I can respect a solid mustache.
Boy, you know what though? He's got that solid white thing going,
yes.
And I think that's so. Wait a few years, you're still a young man, but when that thing's white, Brady, you're going to look like a legend.
It's a statement for him down there. It matches his hat pretty well too.
So let's see what the West has to offer here. Kane Mack back under center. Young man from Portage Northern. Wayne State commit. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers split to the far side, 2 to the near side. Looking over that defense, setting a man in motion. They're going to give it to him on the jet. Trying to get outside. Makes one man miss. Can't make a slew of tacklers miss that time. Good pursuit there by the defense, Brady.
And Nico Kroll did a good job sifting through some blockers, getting in there and forcing it to go horizontally. Makes the tackle, and outside of that first drive, the West offense has not had a whole lot of success.
Braden Hill, though, you can tell, boy, get the ball in that young man's hands. He is electric. He kept that play alive a lot longer than it probably should have. Wide receiver from Charlotte heading to Saginaw Valley State.
They featured him often in this game.
Back to pass is Kane on this 2nd and long. Flush near side, throwing near side. Got a receiver out there just short of its intended target. That is Lorenz Smith, the wide receiver from Battle Creek Central, another guy who's going to go play for Coach Anise and the 2-time defending champions, Ferris State Bulldogs.
Yeah, it has a little extra cachet when you get a call from someone, and it's a pretty easy recruiting pitch. When Tony Anise can come in and just show you 2 rings, it's pretty effective knowing you're going to go to a spot that wins a lot more than they don't over in Big Rapids.
Boy, talk about a program that, the measuring stick, not just in the GLIAC now, Brady, but certainly nationwide. A lot of good friends up there, too. The whole staff, they just do a fantastic job up there. They really do. Kane Mack on this third and long. Shotgun formation. Going up top, 1-on-1 coverage, far side of the field, overshoots the intended receiver. That pass intended for Eli Vanderveen out of Hudsonville, who's taking his talents to Hope College.
Right, and we were talking about Ferris State. Did you happen to see where they're making a trip out to really put their talents up to the test?
No.
Out to Montana.
Oh, isn't that great?
They're taking on FCS Montana, who's usually one of the big boys in the FCS.
Good for them. Low snap, taken off the turf. Short kick, looking for that bounce, and they get a little bounce inside the 20, and great coverage out there. Great coverage out there, Brady, by the coverage team. I want to make sure that I get those numbers correct.
That bounce, the hang time, and the indecisiveness to return allowed the coverage team to get down in that. There were about 2, 3, 4 blue jerseys all around the ball.
Yeah, Alex Lee, first man on the spot. Young man from Spring Lake. We've called his names a few times today. So let's see if the East can finally get something going. They still trail 7-0 with 4:05 to go. Empty backfield. How about this? Trip receivers near side to far side. Pacey back to pass. Looks, completes. Low snap, but he got that ball off. A nice completion up to about the 22-yard line. Singletary on the reception there. Young man from Sterling Heights, Stevenson, heading to Concordia. We're going to see Concordia at Wayne State this year.
We will see NAIA Concordia.
Empty backfield again. This time, Pacey under pressure, and down he goes. Back to about the original line of scrimmage. Good rush that time by the West.
West brought a blitz, and there was a few different blue jerseys that got in. But it's the young man from Freeland once again makes that play.
Pacey didn't have a chance back there. Empty backfield once again on this 3rd and 10. This time, trip receivers far side, 2 on the near side. Low snap, and he gets it out. Looking for a block. Gets a little block. Shakes one man. Tries to bullway his way up to that first down marker, but he's going to be a little short, Brady. Nice effort out there, nonetheless, by Carson Schrader. Very close to a first down, but looks to be a little short.
Shea Ruddy helps bring that with the blocking. The Whiteford product, future Charger of Hillsdale. And a very aggressive block as a receiver. Turned that from a 1 or 2 yard gain into a 9-yard gain.
4th and 1, they're going for it. Schrader's going to have to do some work, and he does. Breaks his way through 2 would-be tacklers, knew exactly where the stick was, Brady, and he got there for a first down, the pride of Brighton.
Did what he needed to do. If you don't get that, you're setting up the West for a chance to get a score going into halftime.
Clock running, 3:10 to go here in this first quarter. East trying to get something going. They have trailed 7-0 since the first drive of the game. Empty backfield again. Trips near side this time. Looking over the middle, complete. At the 35, up to the 40, and should be enough for the first down. That's Cordell Mabins Jr., the young man from Livonia Franklin.
East is going to hurry, and under 3 minutes left. Don't have to be in a rush, but you want to move with a little bit of purpose.
Again, swinging outside, complete to Mabins. Mabins gets a block, but fighting off that block, a heck of a job by Scooter Polk, the young man from Mount Pleasant heading to Saginaw.
Did a good job keeping him in bounds, kept that clock running. Doesn't give the East a whole lot of time to reset.
Trip receivers near side, 2 far side. Fake it near side, throw it far side, breaking 1 tackle. Can't break a 2nd and 3rd as the West really smelled that out and thrown out with authority by number 11, Carrington Pryor, the defensive back from Saginaw Heritage.
He's going to take a minute to think about this one. They'll use their first time out as that 2-minute drill coming into effect.
Hey, Brady, coming up at halftime, we'll have the ceremony for the recent inductees to the Michigan High School Football Coaches Association Hall of Fame. The cheer team will perform, and of course, our own Elizabeth Kuhn will have extended interviews as well. That and more on Game Time Live. Can't thank you enough for joining us. Brady Beaton, my broadcast partner. I'm Sean Belizean, but a cast of hundreds around here. And these guys got here early, and they've been sweating in this heat. They've been sweating in this humidity, and I can't thank the crew enough for the stuff they do behind the scenes, because, guys, without them, we can't do this. So thank you very much, boys. Appreciate y'all.
And look at the fans enjoying it.
Nice crowd here, huh?
Pretty full stands here at Lawrence Tech.
I think they're a little happy that little cold front blew through too, right? Because I'm going to tell you, it was warm here a few minutes ago, boys. It was warm here a few minutes ago.
Sticky.
Yes, 3rd and 9. Pacey looking over the defense, surveys the situation with trip receivers near side. Back to pass now. Looking over the middle, got a man out there. Maven's complete. Down to the 35-yard line. The East needed a big play, and they go to Livonia and get it.
And he was the only white jersey in a sea of blue. Great job dropping it in a bucket. This is the farthest into West Territory the East been all day.
They're in business with a 1st and 10 at the West 34-yard line. Low snap. Pacey didn't have anything, so he just said, I'm going to take what I can get, and kind of fell forward. I'm going to be nice and give him a foot.
Yeah, not everyone was on the same page, and you could tell the confusion. Pacey just got what he could and avoided disaster.
Clock running, buck and a half to go here in this second quarter. Low snap again. Flags fly everywhere. We'll see what that's about.
Be on the offense.
Going to move them up a little bit, move them back a little bit. Good eyes, Brady Beaton. You defensive linemen, you know, right? You see those guys moving. You're pointing. You're used to everybody yelling at you.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's one thing that coaches will teach. Try to sell the call. Make the official tell you no, or make the official make a decision. Because in the heat of the moment, they're not sure and you seem confident, sometimes you can sway a call.
2nd and 15, swinging out to Mabins. Makes one man miss, makes another man miss, out past the 30. Boy, he nearly broke that. Boy, he refused to go down. Picked up 9. And this is going to be a 3rd and 6. Mabins lines up in the backfield now, 4 receiver set. I think we're going to get a timeout here. Indeed, we are.
The defense taking the timeout. They want to make sure they have all their ducks in a row.
51 seconds to go here before halftime in what has turned out to be a beautiful, beautiful day. Along with Brady Beaton, my name is Sean Belizean. Of course, Elizabeth Kuhn down on the field. I know Lauren Plant is around, shaking hands and kissing babies. Lauren, of course, long time man. There's no other way to say it. The man at state champs, right?
Oh, yeah.
Brady, it's amazing. The new season's going to be here before you know it.
Oh,
man. We're about 2 months away.
Well, you think about it. You're just starting to dip your toe in the water of 7-on-7 season. You'll start to see that excitement come around. There's a lot of action going on in the summer months. Really, by the time you get past the 4th of July, all the attention turns to high school football season.
Yeah. So a 3rd and 6. Pacey under pressure. Scrambles outside, looking into the end zone. He's got a man out there, batted away. Batted away at the last second by Carrington Pryor. What a fantastic play in the end zone, Brady.
Take one more look at this. It was a heck of a play by Pesci just to keep it alive. And a little flick of the wrist on the move. And the last bit of the fingertips knocks it away. That was almost a highlight reel throw. Instead, just 4th and 6.
4th down now. Why not go for it from the 29-yard line? Shotgun formation. Under pressure. Steps up. Looks down the middle. Intercepted. Picked off at the 6-yard line, and that is where the West will take over.
and he had a few guys open. The screen wasn't there initially. He saw right there, too late, underthrow it. If he gets something over top of it, throws it to the back quarter of the end zone, likely 6. Instead, well, the interception actually helps the East, as that works almost as an arm punt. And we'll see if the West, how aggressive they want to be, about 93 yards from the end zone.
Now let's see who checks back in at quarterback. I believe it's going to be Vandenhoek, the young man from Rockford, who's heading over to Davenport, and they're going to have a conversation as they take over at the 7-yard line.
It's not like
with only 35 seconds
It's not like
to go.
you have to keep a lot of tricks in the bag for this one. You got some fun trick play, 35 seconds left in the half. Why not try it?
Especially when you're talking about a game of this caliber, and certainly I don't want to minimize the game because these guys are competitors. They want to win. But I'm with you, Brady. Normally I think a coach might say, let's just take a knee here and we'll go into the half. We got that big turnover, got the momentum. Why not try a little of that trickeration?
Right, double reverse, maybe a double pass, flea flicker. I don't know why else you'd call a timeout unless you wanted to set something like that up.
Yeah. Well, let's see what they do here. And certainly, you know, Coach Barnes is telling his side, this East All-Star team, hey guys, be prepared.
Right.
Something wacky this way could come. Keeping a guy back as a safety as it is, as well as you look out there. It's going to be Keon Singletary from Sterling Heights Stevenson. You can see him sitting way back, just to be sure. They're going to take a knee here, though, with 30 seconds remaining in this half. Let's see if they take one more snap here. I don't think they will.
That's curious. Maybe they talked about it in the huddle and said, "Now we're not feeling too good about it. Let's take it the lead into the half."
Everybody saying to themselves, you know what? It'd be great if I could go get some water. And they can go get some water. That is going to be the end of the first half, a defensive battle. But the West scores on their first drive, Brady Beaton, a 65-yard drive, and they take a 7-0 lead into the half. Brady, your thoughts on this first half?
Well, I thought the defenses showed up in droves. Outside of that first drive, obviously, where the West just marched down the field. Thought we had a few really nice plays defensively, couple defensive backs on both sides taking away some big plays, taking away some touchdowns just by the tips of their fingers. So tip of the hat to both sides defensively. It was athletes out there making plays.
No doubt about it. Of course, as we mentioned, a lot to come here during our halftime show. Second half action coming up as well. So glad you could join us on the State Champs Network. As you take a look at the middle of the field, see a lot of the coaches out there that are heading into the Hall of Fame for the 2021 and 2023 classes out there. Isn't that great?
Yes, it is.
And I think it's a beautiful thing. In just a moment, we're going to send it downfield to Elizabeth Kuhn as we take a look at a couple different classes right now. Love to see that. You know, it's hey, Brady, this just in, the last couple of years have kind of been up and down, and
yes,
we're certainly out of the pandemic right now, and nice to see them, the class of 2020 out there right now. Isn't that great as they individually introduce each member of that class of 2020 that never had their moment.
Right, and when you talk to these coaches in the communities that they represent, you can see the impact they made, not just for their football players, but way beyond their playing days.
Let's throw it down to the field right now. I believe our own Elizabeth Kuhn standing by. Elizabeth?
21 years of
We're here with the West Side head coach, Tim Parker. You guys were able to jump out early, score, and had some great defense. What are your thoughts on the first half so far?
You know, it's it's a tight game, and one play can make a difference, but I'm happy with what we put on the field right now. All right, we got to go out and play a good second half, but we like what we've seen so far.
Yeah, it really looks like things are working on all cylinders. I mean, what's the chemistry been like on this team?
That's the big thing. These kids are playing for each other today, and that was their mentality all week. They play for each other, and that makes a huge difference.
Yeah, and what's the speech going into halftime?
Keep it on the trail, or keep it on the tracks. Excuse me, keep it on the track. So,
there you go. All right. Good luck, Coach. Thank you. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Liz. Boy, Tim Parker, you could play for that guy, right? Doesn't he? Just sounds like a football coach, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah. He looks the part. He sounds the part. He's a football guy. You can tell.
No doubt about that. 7-0 here at halftime. Lots of stuff coming up during our halftime show. And as a matter of fact, we are going to continue live right now for the ceremonies down on the field.
Represented by his father, Reverend Joseph Blankenship. Andre Harlan, Detroit Murray Wright, 27 years coaching. David Marsh, Brighton, 31 years coaching. Represented by Brian Lemons. Bob Ando Adravec, Tecumseh, 41 years coaching. Daniel Ristall, Geyser Middle School. Geisler Middle School, 24 years coaching. Dave Schwartz, Essexville Garber, 32 years coaching. Robert E. Snell Jr., Liam Thurston, 41 years coaching. Not in attendance, Rick Applin, Boyne City. George W. Gardy, Elkton Pigeon Bayport. Dave Lawrence, Ann Arbor Father Gabriel Richard. Bill Santilli, Crystal Falls Forest Park. Chris Schraven, Portland St. Patrick. And Tom Walentowski, Ida. And now, for your intro to your 2023 Hall of Fame induction that happened last evening. Kevin Bartz, Edwardsburg, 32 years coaching. Mark Carlton, Sand Creek, 38 years coaching. Thomas Arthur Ellinger, Middleville Thornapple Kellogg, 51 years coaching. Pat Hinkle, Cadillac, Messick, 47 years coaching. Craig Boggs Natuk, John Glenn Canton, 34 years coaching. Joe Hoskins, Detroit Southwestern, Detroit Henry Ford, 21 years coaching. He passed away in 2006, accepting are his brothers Clarence Williams, daughter Nikki Hoskins, and Robin Royals. David J. Murray, St. John's, 33 years coaching. Larry R. Orr, Monroe Catholic Central, 36 years coaching. Joe Quesnell, Cardinal Mooney, 43 years coaching. Mark Russell, Lowell, 41 years coaching, all at Lowell High School. Passed away in 2021. His family could not attend this afternoon. The MHSFCA will accept this on his behalf.
What are you doing now?
Jim Schock, Grand Rapids West Catholic. Oh, Jim brought a fan base. I like that. 30 years coaching at the high school level. Coach Schock has also coached semi-pro teams, Grand Rapids Community College, and Grand Valley. Coach Schock will begin his 60th consecutive year coaching this fall. Troy Shelkey, Harbor Beach, 34 years coaching. Mike Smith, Lapeer, 38 years coaching. And Mark Taminga, South Christian, 38 years coaching. Ladies and gentlemen, if you could all, I don't think you can understand truly the time that all these gentlemen on the field have dedicated to the youth of our state. If you could please put your hands together and give the biggest round of applause to the gentlemen that make our youth future so much brighter.
Let's get ready for an interview. Oh, where is she going?
I'm here with Mark Taminga and Jim Schock, who are both inducted into the Coaches Hall of Fame. Can you guys just put into words what this moment feels like?
You know, it's such a special award, and as you're coaching, you know, Jim's been at it a lot longer than I have, but, you know, 36 years, you really don't think about the Hall of Fame, but once you step down and step away from it, it's really an honor.
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
It's been the thrill of my life. I've enjoyed every minute of it. Yeah. I hope I can keep doing it.
Yeah, and what brings you guys back year after year? What is it that you love so much?
The comradeship you have with the young people and watch them grow as individuals, that's the fun part of it.
What about you?
Yeah, same thing. You know, it's the day-to-day contact with the kids, and I had a great coaching staff to work with, and it's just fun to work with those guys.
Yeah. And who would you say inspired both of you guys to be the coaches that you are today?
The guy I took over the program from, Bob Blackway, Hall of Fame coach, he was my mentor all the way through.
Yeah. What about you?
Fred Julian, I worked for him for 34 years and 5 summers, and he is the biggest influence in my life other than my father.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you guys are huge inspirations to all of your players and everyone here watching you, so thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, guys, back to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I get to have so many honors today, and this is probably one of the best ones as well. Please direct your attention to midfield, where Mark Jarstmer, head coach at Gladwin High School, and Larry Mertz, former longtime executive director of the Michigan High School Football Coaches Association, will presenting scholarship checks to this year's recipients of the MHSFCA Larry Mertz Competitive Scholarship. This Michigan High School Football Coaches Association scholarship is intended to reward personal excellence in school and community. Students involved in a football program may apply for this scholarship. This scholarship has a value of $1,000. Applicants receive consideration based on academic excellence, ACT, SAT scores, demonstrated service to school, community, and/or church, evidence, leadership, ability, and citizenship. And now, it's my honor to announce this year's award recipients. Ryan Jones from University Liggett, attending the University of Michigan. Oh, I think we can put our hands a little louder than that. Shay Ruddy from Whiteford High School, attending Hillsdale College. Brendan Hausenleder from Cardinal Mooney, attending Siena Heights University. Unable to be here today, Joseph Hamlin from Napoleon High School, attending the University of Michigan, and Isaac Clark from Caledonia High School, attending Cedarville University. Congratulations to this year's award recipients, and best wishes from the MHSFCA on your future endeavors.
All right, I'm joined now with Ryan Jones, Shay Ruddy, and Brendan Hazenleder. You guys won this scholarship. I mean, what does it feel like?
Oh, it feels great. It's a really good honor. I really appreciate it from everybody involved, and it's been a great honor.
Yeah, what are your thoughts?
Not a lot of people in the state get it, so it's a pretty great honor to receive it for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a great honor again. It's really an honor to represent my school and my community, so I'm just really excited and really thankful for it.
Yeah, and who would you guys like to thank for getting you to this moment here today?
Definitely my parents, my sister, all my teammates, and all my teachers for sure.
Definitely God first, my parents, and definitely Coach Lapola. Huge shout out to him too.
I'd like to thank my parents, coaches, teammates, teachers, everyone who got me here.
All right, well, congratulations, you guys, and good luck. Thanks. Back to you guys.
For all our coaches give a wave for our 2023 Leadership Development Alliance class. Thank you, gentlemen, for looking forward to your future. All right, ladies and gentlemen, they're standing out there. These young ladies work hard all year long, no matter the weather. They're always there throughout the season, throughout the high school year, cheering on their sports teams. Give a big round of applause for all of our young ladies out on the field, your East and West All-Star Cheerleaders. How about a big round of applause? Your East cheerleaders, Lexi, Amelia, Sophia, Bella, Ashlyn, Natalie, Elena, Brooklyn, Ashley, Liliana, Brianna, Emily, Piper, Katie, and Grace. And your West cheerleaders, give a wave, ladies. Hope, Madison, Bernice, Ishiana, Delaney, Madeline, Raina, Naomi, Lillian, Malia, Aubrey, Adriana, Kayla, Serena, Brooklyn, Olivia, and their coaches, Tracy, Tegan, Diane, Tina, Linda, Alicia, and Permella. Thanks for coming out today, ladies.
All right, we're here with Tracy Bell, one of the coaches for the cheer team. So, I mean, how great of an experience has it been to work with these girls?
This has been a fantastic experience. These girls are very professional, very talented. They learned 30 chants and a whole halftime routine in one day. So they've been excellent. They're super excited, and it's been really fun working with them.
Yeah, and what's the energy been like? I know they've been here since Friday. You guys have been having some fun. What has it been like?
It's just been fun getting to know all these girls. I mean, they all bring something different to the group, and learning about where they're going on after this. Like, there's a lot of talent.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much, and we're looking forward to watching them.
Thank you.
Thanks. Back to you guys.
At Jersey Mike's, they freshly slice your sub right in front of you, which takes some training. sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
No one is born a world-class athlete. It takes passion and perseverance. It takes courage and resilience. It takes real work, day in and day out. Real, low-fat chocolate milk helps you repair, rebuild, and refuel muscles. Chocolate milk, the unofficial sports drink of athletes everywhere.
Why do you love Leo's? Is it the Leo's famous Greek dressing?
I love that they support my team. My high school goes to Leo's every Friday night.
Is it Detroit's best conies?
Opa! I love the Saganaki.
Take one look at our menu and you'll find hundreds of reasons to fall in love with Leo's.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner served all day, every day, and the home of Detroit's favorite conies. Leo's Coney Island Restaurants. Why do you love Leo's?
From our very first breath, curiosity is why we question everything through barrages of whys and how comes. It now needs the tools to will its vision into existence. Tools that will forever allow curiosity to obscure the line between technology and magic. Be curious. Make magic. Lawrence Technological University.
The Michigan High School Football Coaches Association East vs. West Football All-Star Game, presented by Jersey Mike's, a sub above. Welcome back into the beautiful campus of Lawrence Tech University, along with my broadcast partner, Brady Beaton. My name is Sean Belegian, and a first half on the books now, a first half that saw a defensive battle, a heck of a lot of individual plays, especially, when the quarterbacks on both teams tried to take it downfield and test the defensive secondary. We saw some great individual efforts by the defensive backs, in particular, Brady, in that first half.
Absolutely. The defenders have been very disciplined. There was only really one broken play defensively where you could tell not everyone was on the same page. And outside of that first drive where the West marched it down, you're going, okay, we're going to see a lot of scoring today. It has been shut down since from both sides defensively. And, well, you talk about having a quarterback-wide receiver relationship. When you don't really have that like in an all-star game, defense is taking advantage of it.
And certainly one of the things we're talking about here today, you can see down on the field, they already reloaded those big, giant Gatorade water buckets up. Brady, we got a little break in the second quarter there for a bit. There was some cloud coverage and a big breeze came up, but listen, it's warm out here. Now, the temperature reads 80 degrees, but I think everybody in this fair state knows that doesn't mean anything this time of year. It's all about that humidity, and it's humid out here.
And especially down there on the turf, you know it's always going to be warmer on the turf. And the East, you saw them trying to take advantage of it. Their offense was hustling. They'd get a first down. They were right back on the line, trying to catch the West back on their heels, sucking wind a little bit, tried to take advantage of it. They ultimately couldn't as that field shortened up. Defense stood tall for the West side.
It's really interesting. I always think about football season in its totality, especially as you get older, you become infatuated with weather. And yes, I'm very old. But I think of guys like you, Brady, some of those games that we see early in the year, whether it be the high school level or at Wayne State. I remember games the first week of September, Brady, that were like 88 degrees, where you guys were just sucking water constantly. And yet you get some of those games in late October and into November where it's 30 degrees with freezing rain.
Yeah, and you have to deal with all types of weather. You'll play in snow to get to the Dome at Ford Field at the end of the high school season.
Well, quickly here, we're going to take a look at some of our reports during the week here at the All-Star Game.
Hey everybody, Carol Lyles here at Birmingham Groves High School, where we're following along with the West All-Star team as they get ready for that game on Saturday. So let's get to know these guys. Come with us. All right, Coach Barker, the big game is here. What are you most excited about this game?
I think just being around some kids that you don't get to be around with in your own program. You have good kids in your own program, but you have all good kids here, so I'm excited to see them play.
All right, Michael, I got to know. We're out here, first practice, right? What's going through your mind right now? How are you feeling?
I'm ready to get to know a lot of the D-line. I'm excited because some of the O-linemen are coming over for D-line to substitute during the hot game that we have Saturday, and I'm excited to meet everybody here on the West team so we can kick butt on the East.
What are you most excited for this game on Saturday?
Just to be able to compete. One last high school game. Just ready to play one more.
All right, Carrington, what does it mean to you to be able to represent the west side of the state in this all-star game?
I mean, it feels great. I mean, I've always seen people come up here, and so it's always been a dream of mine to come play in this game, so it's going to be great. We're going to go out and get the dub.
What are you most excited for on Saturday? Anything?
The competition. I'm looking forward to, playing the best. It makes you better, and iron sharpens iron, so that's what I'm really looking forward to.
All right, I'm here with the quarterbacks, Kane and Mac, and I want to know, what are you guys most excited for on Saturday?
I'm most excited to just compete. It's nice to get out and meet all these new people, so it'll be cool to compete with all of them.
And what does it mean to you to be able to represent the west side of the state?
It's good. I mean, there's a stigma of playing football on the west side of the state, saying that the east side's better, so it'll be cool to go head-to-head and showcase what the west side has.
Okay, enough of the serious questions. Okay. We want to get to know you a little bit. So, if you were on this football team and you had to pick one song to run out to, what's your hypest song that you can think of?
Oh, probably For Whom the Bell Tolls by Metallica.
Okay, any specific reason, or it's just something like...
I'm just an old metalhead from the 80s, so.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
Why do you say no?
A hot dog's a hot dog.
What is a hot dog classified as?
Connected. Okay. So I don't think it's a sandwich.
So a sandwich is 2 pieces of bread?
I believe so, yes.
All right, go-to football movie.
Oh, man. I'd have to go Remember the Titans.
Okay. Yeah. That's a classic. What about you?
I'm a Notre Dame fan, so Rudy. It's got to be Rudy.
That was an easy one for you, right? What's your biggest football ick?
Football ick? When someone wears too much drip.
As in, like, gloves, sleeves? What is too much drip to you?
Like when you have a guy sitting on the bench wearing gloves, sleeves, arm sleeves, bicep bands, high socks, all that stuff, and it's just like, why? Like it's a team game, so stop, dragging all the attention to you.
Okay, what's your biggest football ick?
The bucket helmet. I can't do it.
Can't get behind it?
Nah, not the bucket helmet.
Is there anything about it, you're just...
It just looks ugly. It just looks terrible.
Okay, so you won't catch him in a bucket helmet. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
Oh my gosh, yes. I'm so glad you asked this question because I am a big Hawaiian pizza guy. I love pineapple and ham on my pizza.
I don't know if I can get behind you on that one.
That's a mistake. I'm sorry. You haven't lived life then.
Does pineapple belong on pizza?
No, absolutely not. No, never, ever.
It's a hard no?
I love pineapple, but I would never eat it on pizza. Ever.
All right, well, good luck on Saturday, and thanks for chatting with us.
Thank you.
I'm Elizabeth Kuhn here with the East head coach, Brian Barnes. I mean, just how honored are you to be representing your side of the state as head coach?
Yeah, it's quite flattering. There's an amazing group of kids here, surrounded by tremendous coaches from all over the east side of Michigan, and I'm quite proud.
Yeah, and how has this group of guys been? I know they just came to Lawrence Tech today, but how has it been working with them?
Fantastic. We've had an opportunity to practice with them a few times, and we've held Zoom meetings and whatnot, and they've been very coachable, very receptive to what we're trying to do, and we're just excited for Saturday.
Yeah, and I know the East team won last year, so does that put any pressure on you heading into the game on Saturday?
Not necessarily. Like, we're all competitors here anyway. We're preparing to win every day, and every time we come out here, so we'll be ready to go.
Absolutely. Well, good luck, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm here with Dominic Pacey. Can you just talk about what it means to represent your side of the state?
It's a great honor to have the privilege to play in this game, and I'm just excited to compete and show them what the East Side's about.
Yeah, and really just representing your school, how much does that mean to you?
It means a lot. Being the one player selected from our school, it's an honor, and I'm just excited to play,
All right, we're going to do a couple of silly questions. Okay, your celebrity crush, who is it?
Ariana Grande.
That was pretty quick.
Always has been.
Okay. What's your go-to hype song before the game?
Go-to hype song? Definitely Acorn by Baby Smooth.
Okay. And then what would you say is your pregame meal, your go-to pregame meal?
Pregame meal, definitely some pasta and chicken.
That sounds amazing. So do you put your sock on and then your shoe and then your sock and then your shoe, or do you do sock, shoe?
2 socks, then 2 shoes.
Yeah, okay. All right, thank you very much. Good luck. I'm here with Brendan Digman for the East team. How does it feel to be representing your state on this team today?
It's good. It feels good representing De La Salle and the De La Salle community out here. I'm excited to compete in this game Saturday.
Yeah, and it's like your last high school game. So how does that feel? What have the emotions been like?
Really fun. My last game was a state championship game in which we won, but I'm fortunate to be here today and I'm excited to compete.
All right, we're going to have some funny questions now. Okay, who's your celebrity crush?
Taylor Swift.
And what's your go-to hype song before a game?
For Whom the Bell Tolls by Metallica.
Okay. What would you say is your pregame meal? Before every game, what would you eat?
Chipotle burrito.
Oh, wow. All right. And, okay, sock, shoe, or sock, shoe, shoe?
Sock, shoe.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, you're weird if you do that.
At Jersey Mike's, they freshly slice your sub right in front of you, which takes some training. Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
No one is born a world-class athlete. It takes passion and perseverance. It takes courage and resilience. It takes real work, day in and day out. Real, low-fat chocolate milk helps you repair, rebuild, and refuel muscles. Chocolate milk, the unofficial sports drink of athletes everywhere.
What does 50 years of flavor mean? It means 50 years of movie nights, 50 years of ball games, 50 years of parties. For 50 years, you've made our fresh dough, real mozzarella, and famous flavored crust part of your family. And we want to thank you from the bottom of our flavored crust with a new 73 Classic. Now, for a limited time, get a large pizza with 73 slices of our Classic Cups pepperoni for just $9.99. Carry out only.
Hungry?
Howie's!
Why do you love Leo's? Is it the Leo's famous Greek dressing?
I love that they support my team. My high school goes to Leo's every Friday night.
Is it Detroit's best conies?
Opa! I love the Saganaki.
Take one look at our menu and you'll find hundreds of reasons to fall in love with Leo's.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner served all day, every day, and the home of Detroit's favorite conies. Leo's Coney Island Restaurants. Why do you love Leo's?
And welcome back to the beautiful campus here of Lawrence Tech University out here in Southfield, Michigan. Second half about to commence here, along with my broadcast partner, Brady Beaton. Of course, Elizabeth Kuhn down on the sidelines doing great stuff. My name is Sean Belegian, and a defensive effort, Brady Beaton, to say the very least, in the first quarter. The West took the opening kickoff 65 yards for a touchdown, and that was it.
Right.
65-yard drive for a touchdown, and that's really the only offense we saw.
And both sides have threatened at times, but again, the defensive backs have shined for both sides. The closeout speed I've seen is something that, well, I can tell that the college coaches liked, and that's why they're going on to play at the next level. See what halftime adjustments were made. Maybe the personnel shakes up a little bit. Hopefully a little more scoring here in the second half.
Jersey Mike's is the proud presenting sponsor of the Michigan East-West Football All-Star Game. If you've got what it takes to be a part of a great team, go to jerseymikes.com/careers to apply. Cannot thank our friends at Jersey Mike's enough for a wonderful, and I do mean wonderful, pregame meal. Thanks. Best sub in the league as far as I'm concerned. And it's a very big league. The sub-league, if we were to look at the sub-league, Brady Beaton, that is a very big league.
That is a very wide-ranging league.
It is indeed. West to kick off to start this second half. Short kickoff taken at about the 7-yard line after a little slip, picking up some speed. 10, 15, out past the 20, brought down at about the 21-yard line. That's Deontay Pippen Jr., out of West Bloomfield, who is going to be heading out to Lubbers Stadium out there in Allendale to play for an old friend of ours at Grand Valley.
Yes, indeed. And, well, they're well-versed in what's going on here on the east side. So not surprised they're coming over here and taking some talent.
Good luck to Coach Wooster. He's a good man. You and I have both known him for a while. I wish him all the best at Grand Valley. In the meantime, trying to get something going. East on a little jet sweep out to about the 29-yard line. That's Shea Ruddy. Young man heading to Hillsdale.
Out of Whiteford, and they had a dominant season winning the D8 state championship game. Got to see them knock off Ubley, and he was a big part of it.
Trying the other side now. Some speed. Past the 35, make a cut at the 40. Out past midfield and finally driven out of bounds into West Territory. Nigel Patterson from Harper Woods. How about that burst of speed?
And the East coming right out of the gate, working the perimeter. They're not slowing down. They want to keep the West on their heels.
So a first down. East getting a little offense going. Keeper this time. Lots of speed. Again, out past the 40. Another first down. How about that explosion that time from Mikhail McClure, the young man out of Detroit Edison?
Seems like a change in mentality the way the East is running. More vertical, getting through the arm tackles. They're not dancing as much. They're attacking.
Quick pace. They keep it on the ground. Not much room this time. Slowing down is Mabins after a gain of about 3. Let's throw it down to Elizabeth Kuhn. Elizabeth?
We've got a great competitive game going on the field, but these guys have been having so much fun all weekend. They moved on campus on Friday. Yesterday we had the skills competition, and they even had the best celebration dance, and that was a good time. So these guys are having a blast out there, and we've got a really good game, so make sure you guys stick with us. Guys, back to you.
Great stuff, Liz. Thank you. Another handoff up the middle to Mabins. Up to about the 32-yard line before he's pushed back.
East has gotten here once or twice in the first half, and this is where they stalled out. See if they can, when the field shortens up a bit, make those adjustments.
Checking back in is, once again, the quarterback from Farmington heading to Ashland, Dominic Pacey. 4-receiver set, swings it out, looking to make a play. Gets to the outside, very close to the first down. Boy, I think he got pushed out right before. Let's see where the officials mark it. I think this is going to be 4th and very short. Brady, it is.
I think they nailed the spot. Good job extending, using that sideline as the extra defender, forcing that 4th down.
4th and 1. Pacey going to keep it on the ground. First down. Good burst. Look how low to the ground Mabins was. To dive past that 25-yard line. He knew exactly where he had to get, and he got it.
Well, on that play, it was they understood the assignment. Get the first down, take a moment, reset, get back into the flow of the offense.
Checking back in is Mikhail McClure. Sends a man in motion. Keeper all the way. Tries the left side of the line. He's got some room out there. 20, 15, good arm tackle. Boy, oh boy, perhaps saving a touchdown out there is Gabriel Blanchard, the D lineman getting back. Brady, you know a little something about that.
Well, I was just going to say, Gabe Blanchard has done a very nice job. He's impressed me in this all-star game. Didn't think that he was going to have the ability to run down the quarterback. Took a nice angle, got in on that tackle. Heck of a job from the D end.
Trying the jet to the far side. Good pursuit that time, having none of it. Fantastic effort. Keeping that play, stretching it out is Alex Lee. We've called his name a few times, the young man from Spring Lake. Loss of 2 on the play, setting up a 2nd and 12. McClure waiting for his personnel to come in. Looks to the near sideline, looks over the defense, now looks back to the near sideline. 9-10 to go here, 7-0 game, but the East threatening. Handoff. Nothing doing. That big interior line again. Pushing back the runner there. That was Carson Schrader, didn't have any place to go.
And what looked like a very promising drive for the East coming out of the half, knew what they wanted to do with the extended halftime. They get into the red zone, and again, as that field gets tighter and tighter, they have not been able to adjust to the defense.
McClure shotgun, trip receivers, near side, under pressure, steps up in the pocket, avoids a hit. Now he's running sideways, throws, completes, touchdown. Oh, the ability to keep a play alive by McClure. He hits Adam Kidder from Bishop Foley for a big touchdown.
And he had a few open receivers, but the West, you can see the pressure they get right away. He's in survival mode, the balance to work through the arm tackle. And then off his back foot, Kidder finds his way open. He was doing a lot of that for the Ventures all season long and gets one in the All-Star game. But McClure just keeps that play alive.
Look at this. A little two-point conversion action. Absolutely. Schrader starts on the left hip, now to the right. Back to passes McClure. Throwing far side of the field, complete. McClure with a great read. Deontay Pippin Jr., the young man from West Bloomfield. And how about the East with an impressive drive to start this second half?
All it was a little whip route, and Pippin Jr., you can see top of your screen, comes in. The change of direction and the timing to execute that route, defender never had a chance in man coverage.
8-7 lead now for the East. How about that? An impressive drive, Brady Beaton, to start this second half. And now the impetus is on the West. They've had the lead all game.
Yes, they have. Their offense has been on the sidelines for a while. Remember, the East had the drive to end the first half. Now the 3.5-minute drive to score a touchdown. The West has been sitting on the sideline, have to, loosen back up a little bit offensively.
So 8-7 game with 8:26 to go here at this beautiful facility on the campus of Lawrence Tech. Boy, so many good things happening here at Lawrence Tech, not only educationally, but certainly from an athletic standpoint. I for one, I think it's great that you're seeing, a hockey team, a football team, so many opportunities for student athletes to continue their career.
Well, basically, when I graduated high school in 2015, Lawrence Tech wasn't even really a thought about going and continuing athletically, and now they've made a pretty good name for themselves. They've built it up the right way.
Tyler Swick, the young man from Groseal, kicking this off. Taken at about the 9-yard line. He's got a few blockers in front of him, makes a cut at the 20, brought down at about the 22-yard line is Stuart Gould, young man from Howard City, Tri-County. So let's see what this West offense can do. I think Max coming back in at quarterback, the young man from Rockford heading to Davenport. Another beautiful facility out there in the in the GLIAC Conference.
There's not really a lot of bad places to go watch a football game collegiately.
No, you're
in
right.
the state of Michigan.
You're right.
Most all schools have pretty outstanding facilities.
Well, you know where I love to go. I love to go up to Houghton. Love going up to Michigan Tech. One of my favorite areas of the state.
Just wish it wasn't on the edge of the world.
That's a good point. Handoff here, trying the middle of the line. Not much there. Brought down after a gain of about 1. And let's throw it down to Elizabeth Kuhn. Liz?
Hey, we're here with Mikhail McClure and Adam Kidder. You guys put the first score up on the board for East. How'd that feel?
It was great. It was great improvisation by Mikhail. I mean, it was just a great play all around. I saw him going out, and I was going to block, and then I was like, I might get 6 right here, so I just turned it up, and he got me. So
yeah, how'd that feel?
It felt great, just making a play and getting our team on the board, to build a little momentum going into the second half, going into the fourth quarter, so, we feel good.
Yeah, and you guys were able to, take the lead here. What was the message in the locker room from Coach?
Just keep fighting. Just keep fighting, keep pushing, keep doing what we know how to do. Eventually they're just going to get tired, so just keep doing just don't let the game plan go,
Yeah, absolutely. Well, good luck, you guys. Thank you. Back to you guys.
How about Mac Vandenhout with some wheels there, Brady? He saw a whole lot of green in front of him and took off like a rocket.
I was going to say he used his wheels well, but Sean, that hole was so big, I think even me or you could have gotten near a first down. He had a lot of room to run on that scramble.
Listen, my knee would have given out after about 5 yards, but thank you for the kind words. Mac rolling near side, throwing near side complete into East territory and down about the 47-yard line. Hey, Zott Karts is your pre-owned golf cart specialist, proudly serving Southeast Michigan They offer in-house, on-the-spot financing along with same-day drive-away. Need the cart delivered? They offer home delivery with their Dreams to Driveways program. Check out ZotCarts.com. Love the Zott family. Doing a lot of great things around Southeast Michigan, to be sure. West in business now. Opening up a little bit here, Brady. Matt claps his hands back to pass on second down. Feels the pressure, steps up, delivers. He's got a man out there. First down and more past the 35, inside the 30-yard line. And I would know that light blue helmet anywhere. That is the helmet of Muskega Mona Shores, and that's Demir Farnham, young man heading to Wayne State with a big first down reception.
And both quarterbacks on each side using their legs to extend plays to allow their arms to make the throws necessary.
Man in motion, near side to far. Trip receivers far side of the field. Solo on the near side. Talking to his lineman now. Farnham on his left hip. First and 10 at the 29-yard line. Claps his hands again. Going to keep it on the ground. Farnham hitting the backfield. Breaks out of one tackle. Slides forward after a nifty spin up to about the 27-yard line. And I'll tell you what, Coach Wheatley will love to see that, Brady, with the Wayne State Warriors. Another one of those carries that looked like it was going to be a loss, and he ends up picking 3.
Well, I like the way he spun off the hit. One, if you can avoid taking big shots, that's going to be good for your career. Availability is an ability. So that takes a little wear and tear off your body, but he spins off and falls forward for an extra couple yards. You're right. Like I said in the first half, that's a play that doesn't show up in the box score, but 2nd and 8, a little more palatable than 2nd and 11.
West looking to answer here. They trail 8-7. Mack back to pass. He's got time, looks over the middle, off the intended receiver and intercepted. Look out, a lot of space far side of the field. 45, 50, 45. Mack finally brings him down into West territory. A big interception by Darren Hawkins, the young man from Chip Valley who's heading down to be an Oiler at Findlay.
That ball just a little behind. It was he was open, but the tip drill works, and the East cooking here in the second half.
Boy, it looked like it popped off. Vandenhout hit the shoulder pad there, Brady, and kind of popped up. Maybe we can get a look at it again. Our crew doing a great job getting us those replays, but I think we're going to get a celebration penalty as well to move him back 15 yards.
It's the All-Star game. Coach can't make you run after.
You love doing that on Sundays after games, right, Brady? Let's run. Just take off on a nice run after you just played a whole game on Saturday. Wasn't that fun for you? No?
Plead the 5th.
No? Wasn't fun?
Plead the 5th.
Okay. West gets it back. Low snap, but back to pass. They want it up top. He's got a man out there. Complete. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Beautiful pass. Had 2 men out there. Pesci had 2 men out there, and that goes to Deontay Pippin. And just like that, an explosive touchdown, and the East extends their lead.
Pretty easy throw. As you see 2 receivers behind the defense. Don't know if they had their wires crossed. They both thought they were playing up in the zone or they were in man, but that's a pretty easy pitch and catch, Sean.
And now checking back in for this 2-point conversion after Pacey threw that touchdown. Mikhail McClure checks back in. As the East up 14-7, looking to make it a 2-score game. Bad snap. That had no chance, blown up right away. But as it is, a touchdown puts the East on top. How about this, Brady? We didn't see much out of this team in the first half. This East offense has exploded here in this third quarter.
Right, and they're taking advantage of the West mistakes. The last touchdown, hey, you just have to give credit to McClure. He extended the play on his feet. But that play, the West defense, again, was sucked up. I don't know if they were in a miscommunication or what, but they took advantage of it for a quick score.
Let's throw it down to the third member of our crew, Elizabeth Kuhn. Elizabeth?
Yep. Hey guys, we're here with Coach Mitchell. How great is it to see these amazing athletes on Lawrence Tech's campus?
It's amazing. This is a great event, beautiful day, phenomenal competition. Guys are doing great. I mean, got a 14-7 ball game right now. They're doing a great job.
Yeah, and we have a commit out there, Michael Boyd Jr. What have you been seeing from him, and what do you like to see out there from him?
Yes, his aggression. He's a big, strong guy. Flies around. You know, we're looking forward to bringing him in to our offensive line room. So we're excited about having him.
Yeah, absolutely. And you said it. We have a great game going on here. What has impressed you from this group of athletes?
Just the fact that they've been put together packages and schemes within 48 hours or so, like that. They're getting out here executing things like that, and quarterbacks are making moves, you know, off schedule, things of that nature. So it's been a very fun game to watch.
Yeah, well, we're excited. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, guys, back to you.
Liz, hey, Brady, before I forget, don't want to forget the cheerleaders that came out here for both the East and West. So many different cheerleaders from so many different schools. Appreciate their efforts to hype up the crowd. Takes a little sideways bounce. The West forced to take it at the 5. Nowhere to go. Finally wrapped up at about the 12-yard line. A kind of weird sideways bounce on that kick by Swick.
It was not an end-over-end kick. That's why you usually don't want to let the kickoff bounce if you don't need it to.
Jalen Townsend really didn't have much of a chance out there, the young man from Flint Beecher who is going to be headed to Ferris State. So let's see what the West can do as they trail now 14-7. Big third quarter here for the East to be sure. I believe there's a change at quarterback. I can't see the number 100. Oh, it is Mack? Okay, Mack is still out there. No, it is Kane Mack. Yeah, Kane Mack. Sorry about that. Kane Mack from Portage Northern. He's going to keep it. On the man in motion, wrapped up and blown up. No chance there. As once again, Brady Beaton, a big play. I believe we're going to throw it down to Liz. Let's throw it down to Liz right now. Liz?
Hey guys, we're here with Deontay Pippen Jr., who was on that last score for the East. How did it feel to really jump out in the lead?
It felt good because, you know, we just want to win. That's what we're here to do, win the game. And, yeah, that's what.
And how much fun have you been having with these guys? I saw, you guys were all communicating really well. What's the chemistry been like?
Man, we having fun with these guys. After practices every day, we know we had a team bonding session, playing ping pong, do whatever we had to do, whatever. But, yeah, I think we all bonded together, and we know what we're doing on this field.
Yeah, and what's your plan moving forward?
In college?
Yeah, where are you headed?
I'm going to Grand Valley State University.
Yeah, well, congratulations and good luck the rest of the game. Thank you. All right, guys, back to you.
All right, Liz, great stuff and great interview there. There's a personality. Hey, listen, I know you're going to accuse me of being biased, but number 50, Chuck Davidak, is making play after play out there for this East squad. It just so happens, it's just a coincidence that he's from Livonia Stevenson, but let's give number 50 a little love.
Yes, he is. He has swallowed up the ball carrier a couple of times, including the last play before that interview. He has done a really nice job on the defensive line for the East side.
3rd and 6 now. It is Kane Mack at quarterback, not Mac Vandenhout. Kane Mack, shotgun formation, trip receivers far side. Looks out of the backfield, just swings it out. Makes a cut. Finally, gang tackle. Boy, it looked like there was a little space there. That space closed up very, very quickly. Good pursuit there by a bevy of tacklers for the East squad.
Well, it was a good job by a couple different white jerseys holding their ground and playing the angles right, knowing that one guy that they're funneling him back to the help, and thought for a second he had some room. The pursuit and the tackling from the East side forces the 3 and out, and the East side, ever since halftime, has come out, looked like the far better side.
Carson Beekman about to punt this one away. Short punt, looked like it went off the side of the foot, taking a little bit of a west bounce, and going to be down at about the 43-yard line. Hey, there's always help wanted when it comes to high school game officials. Every year, over 1,000 new officials are needed. Officiating is a great way to stay in shape, stay close to the game, and so much more. Signing up is easy. To become a registered high school game official, log on to MHSAA.com. So it's been all East here, Brady, in this third quarter as They've scored 2 touchdowns to take a 14-7 lead, and they start this drive in great field position at the West 43-yard line.
Yeah,
Mikhail McClure, shotgun formation, low snap. He's going to try to make what he can out of it. Spins out of trouble, ends up picking up a couple.
Getting to start another drive in plus territory. Take advantage of it. I mean, 12-minute quarters, not many drives left. You go up 2. The West basically has to play perfect the rest of the way if you punch it in, especially if you work the clock and maybe score in the fourth quarter.
Give them a gain of 1. Keeper again. Finds a little space, makes it cut at the 40. Dives forward to about the 38-yard line. Will give him a gain of 5 on the play, setting up what should be, we'll call it a 3rd and 5.
I do like the way McClure runs, but once he gets to college, once he gets to that next level, they're going to be asking him, hey, take the slide, take those hits off your body. Don't need to work that hard for an extra 3 feet.
Big play here, this 3rd and 5. West trying to hold. McClure, shotgun formation. Looks, far side of the field, throws behind the receiver, and that is blown up right away. Smelled out nicely. Another guy whose name and number we've called a lot, number 1, Alex Lee.
That throw was behind the intended receiver, couldn't let him catch it in stride, and by the time he gathered his bearings, there were 4 blue jerseys all around him.
I think Tyler Swick, the young man from Grozeal, going to come in to punt this one away. Heading again to Wayne State. So big defensive stand there, giving the West a chance. Because you're right, Brady, had they scored, life gets very difficult at that point in time. Go back to that missed 2-point conversion. That was huge.
Would have made it a 2-score game.
Yeah. Swick lets this one go high, booming punt. Takes a bounce at the 11, inside the 5, inside the 3, and down close to the 2-yard line. Michigan High School Football Coaches Association supports all of the high school football coaches throughout the great state of Michigan. Check out the 2023 Coaches Hall of Fame class at MHSFCA.com. That's MHSFCA.com.
And Shea Ruddy thought about catching that ball on the initial hop, very wisely let it bounce and go inside the 5. Might not seem like a lot, but that's about a 7-yard swing, and now you're playing from the shadow of your own goalpost. It shortens up the playbook for the West Side staff.
Indeed it does. Now it's Mac Vandenhout back in, quarterback from Rockford. Shotgun formation, standing about 3 yards deep in his own end zone. Sends a man in motion from the far side to the near. Keeper all the way. He's hit in the backfield. That's very close to a safety. They're going to say he barely got out of the end zone.
Remember the ball.
And when I say barely, Brady, I mean barely.
The ball has to be completely in the end zone when it's tackled. So if you reach out and you just get it over the goal line, you'll get a shot, and that looks like what happened. That's about as close to the goal line as you can set that football.
Waning moments of this third quarter, a third quarter that has been all-star East squad. 2 touchdowns to take a 14-7 lead. Vandenhout claps his hands, looking for that slant. He's got it, complete, out to the 10-yard line, first down and more. Great second effort to get out past the 10-yard line, out past the 15 to the 17-yard line. How about Vanderveen not giving up on that? The young man from Hudsonville heading to Hope.
Calling a slant on your own goal line, it's a bit risky anytime you call a pass, because if they cut off that slant and he's not there, you're going to have to scramble and improvise in your own end zone.
That is going to be the last play of this third quarter. Fourth quarter action coming up next. Don't go anywhere. Along with Brady Beaton, Elizabeth Kuhn down on the field, I'm Sean Belizean. Thanks for joining us here on the State Champs Network.
At Jersey Mike's, they freshly slice your sub right in front of you, which takes some training. Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Physical therapy is usually the thing you're told to do after medication, x-rays, or even surgery. But what if the best way to fix your aches and pains is to start where you normally finish? At Athletico, our therapists, the same ones who work with world-class athletes and professional dancers, can transform your pain before it progresses to something worse. Because the sooner you start with physical therapy, the sooner you can start changing everything. And it all starts here with no prescription needed at Athletico. Schedule your free assessment today.
What does 50 years of flavor mean? It means 50 years of movie nights, 50 years of ball games, 50 years of parties. For 50 years, you've made our fresh dough, real mozzarella, and famous flavored crust part of your family. And we want to thank you from the bottom of our flavored crust with the new 73 Classic. Now for a limited time, get a large pizza with 73 slices of our Classic Cups pepperoni for just $9.99. Carry out only.
Hungry?
Howie's! The Michigan High School Football Coaches Association East vs. West Football All-Star Game, presented by Jersey Mike's, a sub above. And we go back to the 2021 All-Star Game in which it was the first year held here at Lawrence Tech. The West offense was on fire in this one and came away with the big victory over the East. Well, we saw a little offensive explosion there in the third quarter. After not seeing much Brady Beaton out of the East in the first half, 2 nice touchdown drives to take the lead 14-7 heading into the fourth quarter.
Well, the initial drive was finished by, again, McClure being quick on his feet, having the balance, and then just finishing off a nice drive. The other one, broken play for the defense that they took advantage of. The defenses had been pretty assignment sound, weren't a lot of MAs in the first half. We praised them for it at halftime. The East took advantage of it with the one-play drive coming right off an interception.
So here we go. Let's see what the West can do. Mac Vanden Hout staying in. Young man, Rockford Ram. He's looking over that defense right now. 1st and 10 for the West on their own 17-yard line. Trip receivers far side, back to pass, 3-step drop. Looks one way, looks the other, now forced out of the pocket. Rolling right, looking right, ball comes out of his hand. They're going to call that an incomplete pass.
Woo. Well, it was recovered by the West anyway, so it's kind of a moot point, but I think that one slipped. You mentioned quarterback out of Rockford. You see the pictures on Friday Night Lights over there. They take their football pretty seriously.
Do they ever.
Over in the OK Conference.
Do they ever. No doubt about that. Some great venues out there.
Oh, yeah. Some that you wouldn't believe were high school venues.
Exactly. 2nd and 10 for the West on their own 17-yard line.
It always feels like one of those schools are at Ford Field every year.
Yeah. Boy, isn't that a great event? Detroit Sports Commission does such a great job hosting that kickoff classic down at Wayne State. Empty backfield, trip receivers near side. Looking over the middle, pass complete. 1st down and more. Out past the 30-yard line, finally brought down at about the 35-yard line. That is number 12 out of Battle Creek Central.
That was a big tackle from Deontay Pippin on that play. There was no safety help over top. If Pippin doesn't make that play, it's a tie ball game.
Loren Smith, of course, heading to Ferris State University. Trip receivers far side, one near side. Rolling right, under pressure, throwing short, nearly intercepted. Great pressure put on that time by Caleb Richmond, the linebacker from Cass Tech, who showed some serious heat, getting in quick, fast, and hurry on the quarterback.
That's what you have to do with these athletic, mobile quarterbacks. Get in there before they can really get outside and make them force the issue before the routes have developed.
Looking over to that far sideline, Mac Vanden Hout looks over the defense. 2 receivers split far side, 2 near side. Single back on his right hip. They're going to keep it on the ground. Makes one man miss, stiff arms his way out of another would-be tackler. Finally driven out of bounds out past the 40. Good, hard drive there. Boy, I'll tell you what, a heck of a run there by Tim Kloska. the young man from Grand Rapids West Catholic. Clock continues to run inside 11 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter, and a big 3rd and 4 coming up.
I think Klosko will fit in pretty well with that triple option offense out at Army.
Yeah. Guy doesn't give up on a play, that's for sure. My goodness gracious. Vandenhout looking over the defense, looks over the middle, complete, 1st down and more, up close to the 50-yard line and brought down there. That was Stuart Gold on the reception, and the tackle made by number 10, Keon Singletary, out of Sterling Heights, Stevenson. How about Gold there, though? Brady, young man from Howard City, Tri-County. We've called his name a couple times. A big, big 3rd down conversion there.
West trying to replicate what they did to start off the game, a slow, methodical drive that ends in 6.
Clapping his hands. Here comes the snap on this 1st down. Back to pass, 1st down. Just going to throw that one away. Great coverage downfield. Live to fight another day. Smart play there by the quarterback, Mac Vandenhout, who again taking his talents to Davenport.
And Jabril Condi, the Yipsy Lincoln product. He's a pretty big body, setting the edge, future Laker, and you can see why. That's a large defensive end out there. And if he gets in a quarterback's face, he's not going to have a whole lot of vision down the field.
2nd and 10 from their own 48-yard line. Clapping his hands is Mac Vandenhout. Back to pass. Looking over the middle. Complete into East territory. Out past the 1st down marker and up to the 40-yard line. How about Jalen Townsend from Flint Beecher with a big 1st down reception there.
West just chipping away. Under 10.
9:55 to go, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, under 10 minutes left, and the West can take their time. They are in no rush. On the opposite 40-yard line, you can work at your pace. No need to rush.
Looking over that defense now. Sending a man in motion from the left to the right. Keeper all the way. Good vision there before his ankles are taken out. Looked like he found a little gap in there, Brady, before stepping up as Dantes Hicks from Detroit Central. Another young man heading just down the lodge to Wayne State.
GLIAC very well represented here
Absolutely.
today.
Yeah,
I feel
they
like
are.
we've named just about every member of the GLIAC.
Got the guys to jump up front. Let's see, there's your flags. While we have a break in the action, I want to tell you Jersey Mike's is the proud presenting sponsor of the Michigan East-West Football All-Star Game. If you've got what it takes to be part of a great team, go to jerseymikes.com/careers to apply. Boy, those steak subs are unbelievable. That club sub with the bacon on there, and you put it, you get a little bit of that mayo and that seasoning on there.
You've thought about this a lot, haven't you?
I go to Jersey Mike's a lot. Vandenhout back to pass. Under pressure, going to step up. Now he released. He's got a man out there. Great job, tippy-toeing the near sideline. How about Eli Vanderveen with a big reception? But again, Brady, it's a quarterback that can keep plays alive.
And that's where you need your defensive line to keep them contained. As you see, he steps up in the pocket, finds that opening, and just the scramble play. And then how about the throw? He was working with the sideline, had to put it on a dime and did.
Going to keep it on the ground. Try the right side. Little space out there up to about the 15-yard line. That is number 15, Braden Hill, to the 15. Young man from Charlotte, heading to Saginaw Valley. Not Charlotte, it's Charlotte.
Right.
I want to make that sure.
There is a distinction there. There is a difference.
Oh, huge difference. Just like John Kidd and I'll know, not Pettit, Petite. All right? Going for the end zone here. Vanderveen, did he get his foot down? No. Vanderveen with a heck of an effort to pull in the ball on that fade. Just couldn't get the foot down, Brady.
I think he might have bobbled it, which was the difference, because that 1 foot looked like it may have touched green. But that was That was a close play. I thought in real time he had it, but again, there's a reason why the officials don't stand up in the press box.
3rd and 6 now. Vandenhout looking over the defense, going to send a man in motion. Now he's trying fade route, far side of the field. Back shoulder, no. Good coverage out there. Heck of a job in coverage out there. Who was that far side of the field? Shea Ruddy.
We've said his name a ton.
We sure have. D8 state champion heading to Hillsdale. There's another team. I miss them in the GLIAC. Brady, I loved going to that stadium. Some wonderful memories there for sure.
Oh, I'm sure there's I know there's one memory for you that stands out more than any of them.
Josh Rennell, a young man from Rochester Adams with a Herculean run in overtime to knock off the Chargers back in 2011. 4th down now. Under pressure. Throws. End zone. Caught in the middle of a crowd. Somehow, some way, Vandenhout gets it through, and that pass is caught. Was that Joey Donahue? Oh, Kloska. It was Kloska.
And that was a throw where he went, well, it's 4th down. Got to get rid of it. There's athletes down there. Let's just get it to them, and they'll make a play. And reaches up over the defender.
Wow.
That's a big-time catch.
And they're going for 2 here. They're going for 2. Mac Vandenhout's going to stay out there. Klosta's having himself a game, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Tim Kloska out of Grand Rapids West Catholic heading to Army. Trip receivers far side, rolling far side, under pressure far side, looking into the end zone. I can't tell if it was knocked away or not, but the pass was intended for Lorenz Smith.
And it was Shea Ruddy that got his hand on it. Another great play.
So a 14-13 game, Brady Beaton, with 7:52 to go here in this 4th quarter. We got a big game on hand. You know, it's interesting because we saw some highlights earlier just to start this 4th quarter, as a matter of fact. John, we have seen some games that have, really blown up and gone one way or the other. And now is Johnny Kidd here. He never stops working, you know that. Now we got ourselves a barn burner here. No doubt about it. 14-13. Let's see what this East offense can do. Make no mistake about it, they didn't do much in this first half, but then in the 3rd quarter they put together 2 scoring drives. In the East, if they can go down the field and get themselves a touchdown with a 2-point conversion to go up 2 scores late, my goodness gracious, that would be huge.
Hi, Sean Beligian.
John Kidd here with us. How are you, John
I'm
Kidd?
doing well. We're getting a relief pitcher in so I'm going to come in for a little bit.
No, absolutely fine. Appreciate you. Appreciate Liz Kuhn down on the field. She's been doing great work all day. Great atmosphere, John. A fantastic venue. And, boy, we got a dandy of a game, haven't we?
Oh, yeah, exactly. It's, 14-13. The East is up by a point here. The West missed that 2-point conversion. We'll see how it goes here the rest of the way.
Huge, huge, huge critical time here. Make no mistake about that. Calvin McGillis out there on special teams. I want to mention as many names as I can because these guys have worked their tail off. That kick from Carson Beekman going to go out of bounds. And the East going to get a little bit of a break here as they try to add on their lead. And John, we were just saying, this is a team that we didn't see a lot of them out of them offensively in the first half, but they put together 2 nice drives.
Exactly, yeah. It's great drives there by McClure there, leading those 2 touchdowns. Hey, we see our buddy Carson Schrader there on the field. We saw him during our Hockey Time coverage.
Yeah, you know what? He was an outstanding addition to Coach Cavisto's team. I know I mentioned it earlier, but I'll say it again. I had a chance to talk to Kurt Cavisto this morning, and he said, boy, with him coming back after breaking his leg, he really was a piece that we were missing. So let's see what the East offense has. Pacey going to keep it on the ground. Mabins has been very active today. Boy, is he hard to bring down. This young man, Cordell Mabins out of Livonia Franklin, 3-yard gain. He's going to keep that red helmet as he heads up to Saginaw Valley State.
Yeah, he had a stellar career at Livonia Franklin. They got all the way to the regional finals. They lost to Birmingham Groves, but Cordell Mabins was the leader of that offense this past season.
Boy, haven't the Patriots just turned into a juggernaut out there in Livonia. Handoff to Mabins again, showing again he's hard to bring down. After the initial contact, it took 2-3 guys to bring him down after that. Hey, what if the best way to treat your pain is to start with physical therapy? The same athletical therapists who work with world-class athletes and professional dancers can transform your pain before it progresses to something worse. Schedule your free assessment at athletico.com. It all starts with Athletico. Shotgun formation. Fake the handoff. Now they're going to pitch it on an end around to the wide receiver. Smelled out nicely. Didn't have a chance. The idea was great to Adam Kidder, a stud from Bishop Foley, but it was smelled out nicely by the West offense. John, they're going to get the ball back, and there is a heck of a lot of time on the clock with 6:44 to go.
Oh, absolutely. You can, go for a, game-winning touchdown field goal. They do have a kicker, on this team, so the West side has the only kicker on the spot, so it could happen at the end of the game.
Yeah. Let's see how this works itself out. Going back deep, seeing if he can get a little something going is Jalen Townsend, the young man out of Flint Beecher.
Yeah, he won our fastest man contest yesterday in the skills competition.
Well, let's see if he can get a big play away here. High punt. Boy, sky-high punt. It's short. East going to look for a little bounce, but it goes sideways. They have to down it, and that's where the West will take over. Johnny Kidd at the 33-yard line.
Well, Sean, it was a pleasure as always. I'm going to pass it off now to Jim Sparks, the head coach at Novi.
Hey, look at this. Now, Coach Sparks at Novi is doing a little bit of everything here today. He was out in the lot directing traffic. He's doing all the coming and going and shaking hands and kissing babies. But, Coach, it's great to see you again, my friend. How
nice
you been?
To see you, Sean.
A fantastic year for Novi Athletics, and I want to say publicly congratulations to the baseball team.
Oh, absolutely. Coach Green's a heck of a guy. He sure deserves it. It was great to see.
Yeah, great athletics out in Novi. As you know, I live out that way. I love going on a Friday night to Wildcat Country, as it says at the stadium, but we got ourselves a football game here.
Yeah, we feel blessed. Coach Lemons does a great job putting this together, and as an association, we couldn't be more pleased.
Vandenhout going to keep it on the ground. Young man from Muskegon, Mona Shores gets the handoff. Not much room there. Demir Farnham taking his talent up to Wayne State, going to pick up a couple yards there before he's brought down. Flag on the play. Preliminary indication is this is going to go against the defense, Coach.
Yeah, this is the time of the game. For us at the All-Star Committee, we love seeing the game competitive in the fourth quarter. And, the guys are starting to get a little tired. So you're going to see a little more grabbing. We're going to probably see a little more propensity for some silly penalties. So hopefully the guys can hold it together for the last 6 minutes and give us a good game.
Coach, you guys have done such a great job in putting this together. I mean, we've been up at Saginaw. We've been here at Lawrence Tech, taking it all over. And this is a great chance, if you will, a last chance for a lot of these guys to show everybody why they're moving on. And really for some players to say, hey, you know what? I had a blast, but I get one more chance to put that uniform on.
Yeah, exactly. I'll elaborate on that in a minute after this play for the West.
Vandenhout claps the hands, lets it go. Slant. Oh, my goodness gracious. How about a one-handed effort going up and getting that pass is Stuart Gould, the wide receiver from Howard City, Tri-County, and a gain of 5.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about right there, kids making plays. A lot of these kids, they thought they hung the cleats up, last November, and they get that phone call that they get one more chance. And even those kids going off to play college, this is their last high school football game, And as an association, our goal is just to give them the best experience possible and highlight what's great about the sport of football here in Michigan.
It sure is. And, one of the things that I love that you guys do, and we had some footage of it earlier. I'll get to it momentarily. Man in motion. Mac's going to keep it. Lots of room up the middle. Makes a cut. He's into open space. Takes another cut. 35, 25, 20, 15, 10. Knocked out of bounds right about the 10-yard line. When he puts it into a different gear, we've seen it a few times here. Coach Vandenhout really can go.
Well, they know a little bit about high school football in Rockford, so I'm sure this is what this kid thrives on. 5 minutes to go, chance to win the game. I'm excited to see what him and the rest of the West can do here.
I love what you guys do, and of course you recognize a couple of Hall of Fame classes, but bringing the coaches here, guys that, you heard this guy's been there 15 years, this guy's been there 60 years. I mean, it is incredible some of the legends that you have an opportunity to showcase here.
Yeah, absolutely. We got legends playing today, and we bring back the legends of coaching to share the whole weekend with them.
First and goal now, 10-yard line. West trails by 1. Keeper all the way. Vandenhout this time, no. Tries the middle of the line, and he is thrown back. A couple of big uns in there pushing him back. I want to make sure I get the number correctly. That's Luke Braun. Young man taking his talents to Saginaw Valley State.
Future Cardinal. So one thing you alluded to, like with the Hall of Fame, like our association, we're trying to create kind of like a weekend-long celebration of football. We bring the players, we play an all-star game, we had our Hall of Fame induction last night. We're just trying to turn the whole weekend into an amazing showcase of everything that our association does and stands for.
Well, and these guys are doing their part. How about Kloska putting his head down, dives towards the end zone. He's going to be about a yard short. But let me tell you something. Tim Kloska making play on a play. The young man from Grand Rapids West Catholic heading to Army.
Knight of the Hudson.
Isn't that wonderful?
Absolutely. We don't get many Service Academy players in the game, so when we found out he was going to join us, we were thrilled to death.
Coach, it's a testament, though, when you take a look at all these guys that are committed. And folks, there are tons of guys that unfortunately couldn't make it. But all the kids moving on now, it really is a testament to the caliber of play we're seeing in our state.
Oh, absolutely. And the camaraderie that these guys build in just a few short days, that's what makes it all worth it for us.
Vandenhout on the keeper, touchdown. The young man from Rockford, as you mentioned, they take their football very seriously. And Mac Vandenhout made some big plays on this drive as the West jumps back on top. Here's a look at the replay, Coach.
I mean, that's an exceptional effort by a quarterback. Lowering your pads, running behind the pads, and finding a way in the end zone. You don't see that on Sundays, that's for sure.
Presume to see a 2-point conversion here as they being the West All-Stars on top, 19-14 here.
This is monumental right here. Put them up 7 if they convert this.
Absolutely. Could be a fantastic finish. Trip receivers far side, now empty backfield. Mack under pressure, rolling, looking, throwing in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. That was Tim Kloska.
Sorry to shout in your ear there, Sean.
No, it's exciting. There's nothing, I mean? There's nothing wrong with that.
I don't often get the headset on, so a lot of me, I still got the coach's hat on here, and that was a great play by that defensive back.
We want to thank our many sponsors for making this happen. Certainly our friends at the Michigan High School Football Coaches Association, but one of the sponsors we could not do without. Hungry Howie's is a great partner overall for state champs. Mr. Football, Anvil Awards, so many things. Congrats to Hungry Howie's on 50 years of the best flavored crust pizza. Order your pizza at hungryhowies.com. I say it all the time, try the Cajun crust. If you haven't had the Cajun crust yet, you're cheating yourself. A great, great pizza.
Sean, you're my guy, but I gotta disagree. I'm a Parmesan garlic guy.
I'm not going to argue with you too much.
All right.
That sounds good too. You know what, Coach? I'm a double pepperoni Cajun crust guy. That's my favorite pie.
We could hang. I could do that.
And as a matter of fact, I go to the one in your neck of the woods right there at 10 and Novi.
All right.
That Hungry Howie's right there at 10 and Novi. Trust me, they'll take care of you if you live out in that direction. Coach knows a little something about that.
Absolutely.
As do I. Let's see what the East can do now after a tremendous third quarter for the East that put them on top. Now, with 3:35 to go, they need a little something.
I'm kind of excited that 2-point conversion failed because 19-14 sets up for a tremendous finish here.
Kick taken far side, 7-yard line after a little stutter step. Look out, some space over the 30, and finally brought down to the 35-yard line. Mikhail McClure, he's a weapon. Make no mistake about it.
I had a chance to watch him at practice a few times. I know he's going off to Ferris State. I think the most exciting thing about him going to Ferris is, how he's going to be used is to be determined. He could be a weapon in so many ways up there.
Let's throw it down while we have a moment to Elizabeth Kuhn. Liz?
Mac Vandenhout, the score to take the lead for the West. How you feeling right now?
Feeling good. I had to get one to take the lead, so I felt good.
Yeah, and it's been a battle out there. What is really pushing you guys to keep going in this one?
I don't know. We had a lot of fun the week, and we wanted to win the main goal. And the O-line rallied. They came up to me and said, "Hey, we're not going to be dogging this time. We're gonna rally and get in the end zone again." So it was big on the O-line there.
Absolutely. And where are you headed moving forward?
Davenport.
All right. Well, good luck and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Back to you.
Liz, yes, Davenport. Coach, I know from doing GLIAC games, Coach McEwen and the Panthers had a magical season last year. Big second down pass here, complete near side of the field. Adam Kidder hit as soon as he catches it, setting up a 3rd and long situation. Look at the West defense flexing the muscle.
Yeah, I have to think that Coach Barnes is thinking 2 plays here on this 3rd and long, and it just got a little bit longer.
Oh, boy. Look at the defense immediately. Brady Bean, the old defensive lineman up here, said, absolutely, you let the officials know the second they flish, and they got caught. And now 3rd and 10, Coach, becomes 3rd and 15.
Yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure on the play sheet he's thinking 2 plays to get this.
Empty backfield, trip receivers far side, 2 near side. Pacey, back to pass. He wants it all. He's going up top. He's got a man out there. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Deontay Pippin Jr. That was a great pass by Pacey. Just couldn't pull it in after a heck of a route there by Pippin Jr.
So I don't know how many people notice it, but that long pass play there, that attempt, that was set up by the previous play where they threw the short pass to Kidder, set that up to get this long shot down the field. I see we got a young man down. Let's hope it's just a cramp.
Yeah, that's the last thing in the world you want to see. I don't want to venture a guess right now. I hate when broadcasters play doctor. I'm with you. I'm going to defer with maybe we just need to stretch it out a little bit. Carrington Pryor, young man out of Saginaw Heritage, the Hawk, who's going to become a Cardinal. Just not too far away from Saginaw Heritage. Beautiful venue up there. Thankfully, he's on his feet. Coach,
that's a blessing.
We talk about it all the time. The last thing in the world anybody wants in a game like this is to see somebody get hurt.
Well, that's an understatement. We hate to see our guys get hurt at any time.
Absolutely.
And one thing between Lawrence Tech and our association, Henry Ford Medical supplies some trainers down here. One thing that we're very proud of is the attention we give the athletes that choose to come spend the weekend with us and do our best to take the absolute best care for them.
Well said, Coach. Hey, stay tuned for the Leo's Coney Island MVP of the game at the conclusion of this contest. In the meantime, go get yourself some Coney dogs and fries at leoconeyisland.com. 4th down here. Under pressure, down he goes. Not giving up on that play. Rowan Stewart out of Jenison, who will be heading to Calvin University. And, Coach, that is a huge sack all the way back to the 29-yard line. The West offense will take over on the East 29.
Yeah, that's one I'm sure that they all would like back in a 4th down situation like that, particularly with the clock and the score being the way it is. The last thing you want to do is take a sack there. Put it up, let someone get a chance. Even in that case, an interception is as good as a punt, get a chance to get the ball back. All that does now is really sets an opportunity for that East defense to give them a chance here.
Coach, while we have you up here, I'm glad we do. I'm sure you have a lot of thank yous that you want to throw out there. Want to give you the opportunity because an effort like this is not easy. Make no mistake about it. I'm sure there's some people you'd like to give some shout-outs to.
Oh, absolutely. On behalf of our association, Coach Mitchell, the entire staff of Lawrence Tech, state champs, John Watson, extra special shout-out to him. I saw that man filling a milk cooler the other day.
How about that? an exclamation point right there. An unbelievable run that should being the key and operative word, put this away. Pascal Jolman, the running back out of Fruitport. Take a look at this burst of speed, Coach.
Yeah, how about those linemen up front?
Just like a coach to love those big
Yeah,
guys.
absolutely. Got to see the big guys there. They seal the end, let the speed get to the edge, and then, talent takes over from there.
Pascal Jolman. And they're going to attempt this extra point here. Carson Beekman stepping out onto the field. Young man from Grand Rapids West Catholic, the D6 champions, taking his talents up to Northwood. Low snap, but the snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. And you're right about John Watson. There's something about those guys' names, John. John Kidd and John Watson, I don't think they sleep. All they do is work.
Yeah. I mean, it's obvious that John Watson puts a little more consideration into fashion sense. But, with that being said, you can't discount the effort that both Johns give.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Well, a heck of a comeback here. It was all East All-Star in that third quarter. They jumped on top in this one by a score of 14-7. But it's been 19 straight points now by this West squad. And a lot of it due to number 4, Mac Vandenhout, young man from Rockford. And, you can't say enough about Tim Kloska, the running back out of Grand Rapids West Catholic, heading to Army.
Absolutely. And, it's no question, you got a West Catholic guy. He's got a few rings. Rockford hangs a few banners up there. So, it's no surprise. You grow up in those two communities. You know what winning's all about. And winning time comes, make no mistake, they're ready.
Coach, I always used to say something changed in the last 10, 15 years. We know on the west side they always took it seriously. But here on our side of the state, boy, I'll tell you what, Friday Night Lights is a real thing. You go out to a place like Novi on a Friday night, Northville on a Friday night, Livonia, Stevenson, whatever case may be, you got a heck of a lot of fans out there, and we're taking it just as serious, certainly here on the east side.
Oh, absolutely. That's one thing like our league prides itself on. We're trying to make Friday nights a community event, and we feel us as football programs, we just got to do our part to give our fans something to be excited about.
Beekman sends it near side of the field, taking it about the 9-yard line, wrapped up at about the 12-yard line. Great special team effort there. Pippin Jr. took it, and a bevy of special teamers. Let's throw it to Elizabeth Kuhn. Liz?
Hey, we're here with Pascal Jolman, just adding to the West lead. How did that feel?
It felt great. It was the first handoff I took the whole weekend. Came here as a running back. This first one I take, and I had to take advantage of what I had. So with 2 minutes left, I had to put us up just so we're in a comfortable situation to close this game out.
Absolutely, and you've been saying it all weekend. West is the best. What do you have to say about that?
It's true. West is the best. East side can't do nothing. They can't compete.
And where are you headed next year?
Grand Valley.
All right, well, good luck. Thank you so much. All right, guys, back to you.
Great stuff there. Nigel Patterson with the reception there. We'll give him about a yard there, maybe 2, setting up a 2nd and 8. Back to pass again, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, and nearly intercepted. A guy whose name we called a lot here today, Alex Lee, would have had an easy 6 there off that deflection, Coach.
Oh, yeah. One thing, if you listen to that last interview with that young man, a lot of people say, oh, it's an all-star game. We're out there for fun. It's amazing how in the short time they build a unity, and it's there's a lot of pride. These kids want to win the game.
Absolutely. Nothing wrong with chirping for your side. Make no mistake about it. He had no qualms with saying not once but twice, the West is the best. So they got some bragging rights right now as they're up in this one 26-14. Good news for the East as they extend this drive on that pass and back to pass again. Ooh. Here. Pass complete. A little slip there right at the 30-yard line.
That was
pass completed.
That was quarterback to quarterback, I believe, Sean.
Absolutely. That was McClure. Mikhail McClure's had himself a night as well. Once again, Dominic Pacey, shotgun formation. They got to be quick. Looking over the middle, he's got a man out there complete to Schrader. The hockey player from Brighton breaks out of one tackle, nearly broke out of another into Western territory. Schrader's going to be heading to Valpo to continue his athletic career.
2 timeouts left. Still have a chance.
Trip receivers near side, 2 far side, empty backfield for Pacey. Back to pass, throws far side of the field, complete to McClure. McClure with a spin, another spin, close to the first down. He's going to be short. Let's see if they call a timeout here.
Nope, they're electing to go fast.
Keeping tempo up. Keeping the trips near side, 2 far side. Pacey, back to pass, steps up in the pocket. Now he's flushed out right, throws right. He's got a man out there, batted away at the last second. A fantastic individual effort by Scooter Polk out of Mount Pleasant, who's going to be a Cardinal at Saginaw Valley.
And I don't know if anybody noticed, but that was Coach McIntyre right there in the corner of the end zone, giving his boy some props for an amazing play. Never one to duck the spotlight, that's for sure.
3rd and 1, 37 seconds to go. The West on top, 26-14. East trying to keep this interesting. I think we've got a timeout before the play. Indeed we do, and it's going to be taken by the West. Boy, tell these kids it doesn't matter to them. Look at this frantic pace both sides of the ball are working with, Coach, and that's what football's all about.
Oh, absolutely. When you play at the level these kids are used to, you know the number one characteristic they'll have is they're competitive. You know, I don't care. We have a skills position. They value that victory. They value this. Like the W means something.
Hey, don't forget, stay tuned for the Leo's Coney Island MVP of the game at the conclusion of this contest. In the meantime, why don't you go get yourself some Coney dogs. That's not singular, that's plural. Coney dogs and fries at leosconeyisland.com. Boy, a slew of players could make the claim for being the MVP here today. But we're not done yet. Certainly the East isn't thinking this is over yet. 36 seconds remaining. They got a 3rd and 1 at the West 34-yard line. Pacey under pressure. Down he goes. Now they're forced to take that timeout. That's Lincoln McKinnon, a young man from Gladwin, the D5 state champs, I might mention, in on that sack. He's going to be heading to Michigan Tech.
The Flying G's.
So 30 seconds remaining, and a massive play here. East could continue this attempted comeback, or the West might be able to just take a knee. Indeed, the Flying G's. Isn't that great?
I learned from my superintendent, Gladwin legend Billy Schellenbarger, that's actually an abbreviation of a particular bird.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Really?
I can't for the life of me remember what it is, but the G's is short for some type of hawk.
Awesome.
I'm sure if we got some fans up in Gladwin, they know exactly what I'm talking about.
He's going to be headed to one of my favorite parts of the state. I love the trip up to Houghton. Absolutely love it up there. And Michigan Tech, boy, you know you got to be tough to head up to Tech.
I think they finally got rid of their snow.
4th and 7 now. Back to pass is Pacey, under pressure again. He's rolling right. He throws to the end zone. Deflected. Batted away. Nearly intercepted and incomplete. That should do it.
How about that West defense? On the previous series as well as these, the East gets a little momentum. They get a sack, force the East to get a timeout, put them behind the sticks. They step up and make a big play. And as you said, Sean, it looks like we might be taking a knee at this time.
And boy, look at the West. You think these guys are excited? You think there's some team unity there that is formed? No doubt about it. Coach, it isn't just the fact that they play with each other and against each other during the course of the season, but listen, when they come out here for this week, there's some unity that forms, and they do want to show everybody that, as a few of the players have said, their side is the best side.
Absolutely, and one of the greatest things about this is a lot of those kids are rivals.
Absolutely.
You know, they're rivals during the regular season, and then today they're teammates. So, you know, it's great to be around these guys during the week and see how those relationships develop.
Victory formation. Kane Mack in the shotgun takes the knee, and that is going to do it. A fantastic game here, Coach, on a beautiful day. We couldn't ask for much better weather, you know. There you got the Gatorade bath on the far side of the field. Coach Parker gets doused, and now he's hugging and high-fiving everybody on the far side of the field as the West All-Stars come away with a 26-14 victory over the East All-Stars.
Well, I just want to take this second. Number one, first, thanks for giving me an opportunity to join you up here. It was a great experience. And second, on behalf of the entire Michigan High School Football Coaches Association, I want to thank the entire State Champs family for everything you do in helping us put this game on. Like, it's become a partnership we're very, very proud of, and we hope it continues for years to come. Thank you so much, guys.
Dude, you give me a call anytime, my friend.
All
I'm
right.
serious. This is a blast for me. Are you kidding me?
All right, well, hopefully I'll see you in the 6 one of these days.
Absolutely. You got that right. 26-14, your final score here at Lawrence Tech, this beautiful facility. I see Elizabeth Kuhn down on the field. She'll have a post-game interview. John, I have a feeling I know who the MVP is. I just want to ask our committee if they agree with me.
I believe so. I think we know.
Okay. Am I allowed to announce it yet, or should I just be quiet?
I think you got to be quiet.
I'm going to be quiet. Do you all agree with me as I circle his name?
Yeah,
Good.
he had a couple touchdowns.
You just gave it away.
I know. Well,
yeah, but nobody knows if they haven't been with us, right?
I know. Some
great individual efforts as well. I thought for the East, certainly want to give some credit to a few of the players out there. I thought Mikhail McClure was outstanding. We called Davidek's number Chuck Davidek's number quite a bit out of Livonia Stevenson. He made some plays both sides of the ball, but today it was the West All-Stars that come away with this 26-14 victory over the East.
And they got the revenge story. They lost to the East last year.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
And they're going to, I think, all take a moment to take that team picture.
Yeah, they got to get right in the mug there. Got to get that camera on there.
Pose with that camera as well. Look at that.
Well, it's Nick Ellery starting to learn from me from being on the hockey. Just getting right there on the ice.
Yes, absolutely. That's a smart thing. It's now the players walking out to the coaching staff and a lot of hugs and high fives. Oh, I love to see that. I think that's cool.
But great job by the Michigan High School Football Coaches Association for hosting this event. Lawrence Tech, major shout out to them. I think
such a great, an outstanding, a great effort once again by the Coaches Association. It really was.
I think we might have been a surprise with the MVP.
Oh, yeah? You think so? Pretty hard to argue with this choice, though. Huh?
Oh, Mac Vandenhout.
Pretty hard to argue with
I
Mac
thought
Vandenhout.
it could have been Tim Kloska.
I thought it could have been either one of them. I would have had no problem with either one of them. Mac, though, gets it done. Congratulations to that young man.
Yeah, the Mac
from
attack.
Rockford, who is going to be heading to play for Coach McEwen and the Davenport Panthers.
Yes.
A beautiful facility up there. It was funny. We surprised Brady. I didn't even know you were doing it.
Yep.
Footage of Brady's pick six at Davenport.
Yep.
As we take a look at the trophy presentation here. Coach Parker gets that Jersey Mike's championship trophy. You think those kids are excited, John?
I believe so.
Oh, isn't that great to see? That's awesome. Look at the smiles. Guys that have battled each other probably for years.
Well, during our practice reports, they said, they heard it was all about East Side football. The East is the best football. Well, they proved it today. The West is the best.
Yeah, the West is definitely the best today as they continue to celebrate with that trophy. Elizabeth Kuhn is down there.
Yeah, she's trying to get some interviews there.
I think she's going to have a conversation in just a moment. Elizabeth, you've done a wonderful job here today. Thank you for everything that you've done. I think both squads are going to line up for a picture here, Johnny.
And the cheerleaders. Don't forget about the cheerleaders.
Oh, I mentioned the cheerleaders earlier. And
the Hall of Fame class, was honored at halftime.
Awesome. I mean, cheerleaders from Oxford, from Flint Powers, from Warren Cousineau, Weberville, Oxford, Heartland, Warren Woods Tower, Flushing, Armada, Life Tech, Owasso, Elk Rapids, Grand Haven, Zeeland West, Howard City Tri-County, Grand Haven, Wayland Union, Leslie, Charlotte,
It's
and
Charlotte.
Portland.
It's Charlotte.
It is Charlotte.
Just like Petite.
Absolutely.
Not Pettit. It's
no, no, sir. No. Cheerleaders out there.
Our hockey fans will know what we're talking about there.
Absolutely. Hall of Fame class out there. Some interviews going down already as they have a team picture down there, and I think Elizabeth Kuhn is going to have a conversation momentarily as well, perhaps with our Leo's Coney Island.
Well, we have
player
to.
Of the game.
They're the sponsor.
As a matter of fact, here it comes. I see Elizabeth standing with our player of the game, and we'll throw it down to Elizabeth momentarily as once again the player of the game, the Leo's Coney Island player of the game, is Mac Vandenhout. Elizabeth?
It's not plugged in. Go out. Get out.
Okay, make sure. Well, we'll get that plugged in. A little technical difficulty down there. She's with Mac down there.
Yeah, we'll get it done. We'll get it done.
Absolutely, we'll get it done.
Yeah, you got to plug it in.
Mac gets a chance. Make no mistake about it. He gets a chance to enjoy some conies, right?
Yes.
You let me know when we have her down there. I know she's got the conversation. Maybe we can get a good picture of them smiling.
Yeah,
How's
exactly.
That?
Yeah, they're
work
working
very
on
nicely. Yeah. As they.
Okay.
All right, let's throw it down to Liz. Liz?
Hold on. We're almost there.
Yep. All right, Mac Vandenhout, the MVP of the East vs. West All-Star Game. How does that sound to you?
Sounds pretty sweet to me.
Yeah, you guys have been here all weekend. If you could just put that experience into words, what would you say?
Just football. Literally just a weekend full of football. That's the only thing we did for 48 hours or however long we were here. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and East took the win last year. You guys got the trophy back. How does that feel?
Feels pretty good. That was the goal all week. We didn't practice all day, every day, Thursday and Friday, so to lose, so felt pretty good, yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, back to you guys.
All right, Elizabeth, great stuff, and a tremendous effort from Mac Vandenhout, who, again, started at Rockford, and Brady and I were talking. Of course, we both do Wayne State broadcasts. Have a feeling we'll be seeing more of that young man down the line in GLIAC action.
Oh, absolutely. And let's give what's going to be Wayne State going to be like this coming fall? Tyrone Wheatley.
I'm going to be very interested to see. He's brought an excitement to Wayne State this year. New coaching staff. There's some player turnover, as there is every year, Johnny. But I like Coach Wheatley. Had a chance to talk to him a few times. Boy, for people that don't remember, he was something special as a player, not only at the high school level. If I remember correctly, he went to Dearborn Robichaud, if I'm not mistaken, and he was tremendous at the University of Michigan and with a bevy of teams in the National Football League as well. But Elizabeth Kuhn working very hard down there, about to do another conversation.
Yeah, we got Tim Parker coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. Give Coach Parker some love, the head man at Oak Ridge, and I can see him beaming all the way up at our broadcast vantage point. So we're going to throw it down now to the third member of our crew, Elizabeth Kuhn. Liz?
All right, we're here with the West head coach, Tim Parker. We were just joking. You got the cold water spilled on you yesterday. I'm sure today feels a lot better.
Oh, a lot better. I told him last night after we got robbed of that. We did get robbed, if you watch the video, I'm telling you, that it didn't matter because we were going to get it again today, and we did, and they did a great job.
Exactly, and I talked to Mac a little bit about the East team won last year. You guys got the trophy back this year. How does that feel?
Feels awesome. These kids worked their butt off this week in these few days. Quality kids. We pick kids with character. We pick kids that wanted to play football, and I think it showed today.
Yeah, and you talked a little bit about it, just how amazing these athletes are, but just how fun of a weekend has it been for you?
It's been a great week. You get to know coaches and players that we'll have this relationship the rest of our lives. We told them at halftime, in the end, we're all going to turn to dust, but that score, if we're on top, that'll live forever.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations and go celebrate.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Back to you guys.
Great stuff all day, Liz. Really appreciate it. You did a great job down on the field. And, Johnny, I'm going to say it again. Tim Parker, listen, I have one play left in my life. I'd give it to him.
Yep, exactly.
That guy fires me up. There's something about his voice, his mannerisms. One play left, I'll go ahead and give it to Coach Parker.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is now the official end of the 2022-2023 school year.
You're going to go hibernate for the next 2 weeks. You've been so darn busy.
Yep.
You deserve every second of it. Our crew here.
Including Chuck. Don't give it. Kevin.
Our entire crew here. I mean, you guys are absolutely the best. They get here so early. The conditions today weren't exactly pristine because this heat really kicked up, the humidity kicked up, but I can't the effort that our entire team put in here today.
And guess what?
What's that?
Football is only 7 weeks away.
I know, it's amazing, isn't it? We're all going to be down at Wayne State and then getting together and talking about player of the year.
And State Champs is going to be live streaming football games this year. So
yes,
our first game is going to be Brighton against Saline at Brighton, week 1.
I can't wait. Now, are you guys going to use me for that?
Yeah,
DVD?
if you're available, we can make it work.
I'll make myself available. I love working with all of you. Not only during football games. I know I've called football for you before, but certainly the hockey games as well, Johnny. Can't wait for it. Hey, listen, for everybody involved, most importantly, all these student athletes on the field, my name is Sean Belegian saying your final score from Lawrence Tech. The West All-Stars come away with a 26-14 victory. Goodbye from Lawrence Tech University. The Michigan High School Football Coaches Association East vs. West Football All-Star Game, presented by Jersey Mike's, a sub above. Also brought to you by the Michigan High School Football Coaches Association. Check out the 2023 Hall of Fame class at MHSFCA.com. Athletico Physical Therapy, better for everybody. Hungry Howie's Pizza, celebrating 50 years of flavor. The United Dairy Industry of Michigan, chocolate milk is nature's sports drink. Leo's Coney Island, providing quality food and service since 1972. Zott Carts now has golf carts, ATVs, trailers, and sheds. Serving Southeast Michigan, Dan Hall's Pinckney, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.